You get your watch list on the bottom. And I can't hear you.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'll say it will show on the other side in a bit.
Okay.
All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, Carlos. Enjoying the warm weather. It's like summer weather here. Apparently, that's going to
Yeah.
break sometime later this week, but I always feel like I need to give you guys a weather report for whatever reason. But there you go. Anyways, but enjoying it while it lasts, and yeah, it's supposed to rain all weekend though.
Yeah, we got rain this weekend too. But the weather's been great here, man. It has not been bad at all. It's been warm. No humidity at least has been low, so that's good. But today some rain. All right, friends, let's get to it. Our gappers list this morning, again, leaning to the green side of things as things continue to just be all positive and all good. Even UNH is green today, which had a huge tumble yesterday. So we'll see what's driving that one this morning. But yeah, all the stuff is on here, guys. Our usual suspect: Nvidia, Tesla, NVO, PLTR, you name it. Some of these tickers we've seen over the last couple of days. And again, the market looking really good, Peter. Just covering all its losses for year to date and yesterday. So a lot of great stuff happening as far as the market goes to the upside. We'll see how that's going to translate to good trading for us here. Before we get to this list, let's take a look at our U.S. economic calendar and what's happening today.
Well, it's boring is really what is going on. Not much happening today. Really no economic events. We got a couple of Fed speakers, as you can see, one that was early this morning, the Jefferson and Daily speak over the course of the day. But yeah, nothing. No data coming out. We had some Canadian data that came out. Interesting. Building permits down significantly, almost down 4%, which is actually a huge call off. But not that that affects the U.S. market. Yeah, in the U.S., nothing planned. So we get to just focus on what few earnings we had. Not many. We're at the tail end of this earnings, this past earnings season. And yeah, just sort of watch the markets. I guess we're waiting for the next international market tariff news, because that seems to be what's moving the market more than anything else. So yeah, we'll see what's on the gappers list and go from there.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. Let's take a look here, friends. Let's start with what's on the green side of things. And it's going to be SEPN. SEPN, we are up on this one 63% right now. So big pop for ESPN at the moment. 11 million shares traded. It is a 20 million shares float. So you do have tons of volume, but it's a 20 million shares flow. So it is a low flow ticker. But yeah, Peter, what's the latest and greatest on this one?
So first, you probably didn't even notice you did it, but you actually, when you weren't thinking about it, you said ESPN. So I thought that was funny.
I did.
Anyways,
Oh, that's good.
yeah, yeah. Anyways, all right. SEPN. Obvious mistake to make because we're so used to the ESPN, right? Anyways, they have a deal with Novo Nordisk (NVO) to license their an obesity medicine. What a surprise. So this is what everybody wants to be involved with. So this is a company, I think they're actually out of Copenhagen. Septerna is the name of this company. They're US based. Oh, maybe it's Novo Nordisk. That's I always forget where they're out of, that they're foreign. Anyways, yeah, so they got a deal. This deal is estimated to be worth about $2.2 billion for Septerna, which means that it's going to be a big boon for them. So it makes sense why it jumped up as it did. I noticed the price action is flattened here after sort of the announcement came out. So I don't know if this is going to provide continuing trading opportunities. It is not a ticker I have ever seen before. Feels sort of low float-ish. I mean, it's not. I think the float on this one is...
No, it is. I'm showing 20
well, it's
million. What do you
close.
see? Oh,
27
okay.
million. 27 million. Anyways, look. This one feels like it's one of those where you may watch and get no value from, or it may give you an excellent day. So flip the coin, make your choice as to whether you're going to spend any time watching this or not.
Yeah, careful on it. I don't like it right now. It doesn't fit kind of like my criteria for the stuff I like to see. So we'll skip on it. Next one on here is QNRX. QNRX this morning. We are up 41%. Already have dropped a lot from the pre-market highs, as high as 1292 here. So another one that's high flying. The float on this one is 8.3. So on the low side of things. Again, hard to borrow. Just won't be on my list, guys. There's so many other great things to look at. This won't be one of them.
I don't blame you. I don't have much to say about it. I mean, they've got some news, but it's a pharmaceutical company. They've got clinical trial data on there. QRX 003 for pediatric peeling skin syndrome. Doesn't sound pleasant. But again, nothing that I'm going to watch.
Yeah, we'll leave this one. We'll leave this one alone. Let's head to a good one here that we will have on deck, SMCI. So right now, SMCI putting in a really... Man, what a nice pre-market activity, guys. Up 18%, 12.8 million shares traded. If you look at the daily, had a great day yesterday, like many of the stocks did, except the one I traded, Baba, that piece of crap, treated me very bad yesterday. But yeah, it was this is a great stock here. Will be on my list today. I do like this one. And Peter, anything significant? They seem to be moving rather aggressive compared to everything else.
SMCI doesn't seem to need a reason to move, really. They do have a deal that was announced earlier this morning with a company called DataVolt, which is a Saudi data center firm. This is going to be a multi-year partnership that may yield about $20 billion worth of value. So, that's good news for them. They did say that they were going to significantly increase revenue in this year, and then subsequently called off their forecast. So this deal does go a long way to maybe deliver some of that revenue that was promised by their CEO. So we'll see. It puts it in play for today. So probably worth watching.
Yeah, it sure does. I definitely like the way the volume is looking here on this one. So we'll be having on deck. So we'll add this to my list. SMCI, first one to make our primary list. Again, looks very good this morning. That volume looks awesome. Back to our list, guys, brought to you by tradingterminal.com. You can always get this list completely free. Tradingterminal.com. Click on scanners on the left hand side of the menu, and you can get this gappers list plus others. Scanners are on there. All right, next, ARCAT. Let's see what ARCAT is all about, if I can type it correctly. Here it is, ARCAT this morning. We are up 8.3. Another one that's kind of has dropped from the session highs of 775, now down to 690, and it looks like it wants to head lower. Float on this one's a little bit higher, 72 million shares float. Red Cat Holdings, Peter, not sure what they do. I'm not sure I'm going to have them on my list.
Yeah, they not a familiar company. I think I want to see Red Hat when I see them, but that's not what they are. They're Red Cat Holdings, and they are a provider of drone technology for military, government, and commercial operations. That's what their little rider says. But anyways, they have announced that they have new capabilities with battle-tested unmanned surface vessels that are being deployed. So all right, so this is the maritime surface, unmanned boat drones. Sounds exciting. But look, I don't know what to do with this because I've never seen it before. Not a low float, 72 million shares in the float. Not a huge company though. The pre-market action, frankly, it makes our list, but it's not enough really for it to be super exciting. This certainly has the possibility of moving higher. If we look back just to the end of last year, this was double its price, up at $14, $15. So I guess it's got an opportunity potentially to move, but I don't know for sure whether it's going to do it today, and I probably will just wait. If it pops back up on the scanners that you can get through Trading Terminal, then I might watch it, but I won't put it on my list.
Yeah, I personally don't like it either. We'll keep that one off the list as well. RWD, friends, let's see what's happening there. WIRIDE, we actually saw this a couple of times. Was it last week? I believe it was last week. I can't recall. But we saw this a couple of times, WIRIDE. And again, they're up here 6.2, 2.1 million shares traded. I have not really watched the intraday trading action on this one. I know the daily looks like it's been getting some action, but I'm not sure. Not sure if I'm going to have this one on the list. The daily looks good, though, I got to say. If you look at the way this daily is setting up here, you are getting more volume, which is nice. Plus, you seem to be getting these kind of breakout patterns today, up 6.2, 2.1 million shares traded. The float on this, I'm showing 153 million. This could be a rookie possible today, Peter. So one that I haven't watched before. What's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, some interesting news. They are leading the way in some robo-taxi, autonomous driving technology. So they seem pretty far ahead in this, in that they have announced 8 specific routes that they are expanding their service to 24/7 in Guangzhou, China. They are it's going to be completely autonomous and running 24/7 from the airport to a number of areas and key landmarks. Anyways, I assume these are routes that they can rely on the street markers, and I'm not sure, but I still would be nervous getting in a taxi at the airport and realizing there is no driver. So, but look, somebody's got to do it and test it, and I'm sure love it and blog about it and expand the use. So you guys go. Just, once it's all secure, and I'm sure that the robocar is not going to kill me, maybe I'll get into it. That being said, I was taking taxis in Paris, and that is a scary proposition. So maybe they can't do worse than human drivers, because apparently you've got to be a very aggressive driver to be a taxi driver or an Uber driver in Paris, because they were aggressive. So
yeah, in Paris, do they ride on the different side of the road, or am I bugging here?
No.
They're in the same.
It's
They're in the right hand side. Okay. All right. So that should be not too bad. Like in my country, man, if you could drive in my country, I mean, it is the most stressful thing that you ever done in your life. You have to look everywhere. Rules, they're not rules. There's just a suggestion that nobody follows. Man, you better be. It's insane. It's very stressful. Like if you drive an hour in the capital in DR, you can drive anywhere in the world. I 100% believe it. All right, with that, let's go to our list here. TME, friends, we are looking at, we're up 5.6, 632,000 shares traded. This is Tencent Music. This is that, what thing do they have? The social media? What?
Yeah.
I think the social, it's a TikTok?
They're like Spotify meets Amazon, sort of, but.
Okay.
But yeah, big company. They've been putting a lot of money into other companies. They've been active over the last couple of days. I don't remember if we mentioned them yesterday. I did see them on the list. I did see them with a little bit of movement. They had earnings yesterday, so that was I think I skipped over it, because they typically, oddly, it's one of those companies, like they're one of the bigger ones that frankly should be trading well, but they don't. They just don't trade well on the North American market, and I usually just skip right over it. So you already got burned with Baba. You probably don't want to add some more flames to the fire. So
probably gonna skip on this one. Doesn't look too hot here. All right, so far off this gappers list, again, it keeps growing, but a lot of stuff in the top doesn't look great. So I'm gonna stop here, and just go skip to like AMD and some of the good stuff that we probably gonna have on the list. The first couple of names, not so hot, lower flow stock, stuff that we normally wouldn't watch. So let's pick out AMD, which I see this one leading the way here. We'll look at UNH and how that's looking today, and of course Tesla and some other ones as well. Yam is saying facts. If you go to Punta Cana, she went to Punta Cana last year, and the transfer bus was crazy aggressive, and that's nothing compared to the capital. That is because that's like the far east side of the country, which is actually really nice and really calm. It's busy, but when you are in the middle of the capital, it is mayhem. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy yourself down there. AMD, your good buddy Peter, doing some stuff this morning.
Yeah, AMD's been actually not that bad recently. Not great, but not that bad. They do have some news this morning that they are also. So I guess Saudi seems to be busy this morning. They announced that partnership we just talked about a few minutes ago with SMCI. Looks like AMD is also having a partnership with the Humane AI Hub, which they're going to be using AMD chips in that. Plus, AMD also has a partnership with Nvidia that they're going to be working on that same deal. So it looks like this Humane AI is going to be investing a lot of money buying chips from some of the bigger providers, including NVIDIA and AMD, to develop their advanced AI logic models, digital platforms, and human capital development. I love when they put these terms in there. What does that mean exactly? Human capital development. I don't know, but sounds cool. All right, whatever. If it moves AMD and Nvidia, I'm all for it. So make it happen. But yeah, they got some news, so it'll, they're always in play. Might make them just a little bit more in play. Nvidia had a great day yesterday, by the way. Since talking about it,
they had an awesome day. Did you see the headline? They take over Apple as the most valuable company.
Oh,
3.5 trillion. Apple's at 3.52, but just tells you how insane this company is and how volatile. But it's fun for us. We get to trade it. Volatility. It's
they're pretty
good
close.
stuff. Yeah. I will put this on my AMD. It looks great, actually. I do like AMD even better than NVIDIA right now. So I'm going to put AMD on the primary list. NVIDIA, I'm going to put them on the secondary list just because I want to have more space on my primary list. Are they in play and also deserve to be on the list? Yes. But as I'm looking at AMD, I will look at NVIDIA as well. Just want to give myself a little room to watch other stuff if at all possible. All right. And say it again.
Just, it's tough to tell who's in the lead on that because we got a couple of companies that are all in the same zone. If I look at the the active numbers right now, I see both Nvidia and Apple at 3.18 roughly trillion worth of market valuation, and they're sort of neck and neck. But I just checked Microsoft, and they're apparently at 3.3 trillion. So I don't know. I guess it depends on exactly what the price is when you look it up, right? So
when you're that close, it changes day by day, right? Today, if Nvidia could be company number 4 by the time we're done today if we decide to go south. So it's so volatile, you just never know. But yeah, friends, let's. I like AMD better this morning. Nvidia is still great, but I'm just gonna put it on a secondary to watch AMD. It looks nicer. I like the daily, like the breakout here, like the volume on it as well. So we'll give AMD some good love today. Back to our list here. Let's take a look at the UNH. I'm still thinking about your trade, Peter, yesterday, man. That would have been just. Oh my! Did you see this? Can I show you? Can I show you this? Yeah,
$30 move.
It's a $30 trade.
I know.
I feel your pain. We don't have FOMO, but it does hurt sometimes when you miss a $30 trade. So here was going to be Peter's entry. If you missed it, if you were trading with Andrew and Brian, he was so close to hitting the trigger, and it just kind of hesitated a little bit, and it just took off, and it just
so fast.
Highway to hell. Yeah. This one could be interesting today for a second day play. I know they're not going to get the volume, but I always look at this company that drops so much as an overreaction. So depending on the way you trade your style, this can be a good ticker to keep an eye on. Because I think it was just a big drop, and you might see a little bit of a bounce back today if things kind of settle down. So I'm inclined to put it on a secondary list, and depending on the way you trade, depending on your style of trading, this could be a primary one for you. Peter, what's your thoughts?
I'll leave it for you. I am nervous enough about UNH as a first day play that I didn't even get the entry yesterday because I've just seen this make some unexpected moves just in the way it's managed by the market makers. So as a second day, I'm already out. I'm done. So it's all yours if you want it. But I'm moving on to other things.
I agree. It has to get volume, right? That's one thing. If it doesn't get volume anywhere, not gonna do 59 million like it did yesterday, but it's got to do something. It becomes impossible to trade. If the volume goes back down to what you see here on the daily, if it starts doing this here so low, then you're not gonna get any action. But we need at least, I'll say 30, 20. We need something. So let's see what it does. We'll keep it on a secondary for now. All right, let's. I think we're good. I want to stop here. There's so much stuff out here. I'm sure you guys are gonna bring up. But yeah, let's stop here, Peter. I want to go to you. What do you like off the list, or something that might not be on it that we want to look at?
I noticed on the list you had OKLO. I'm surprised to see it gapping up this morning. They had earnings after the close yesterday, and OKLO. This is like, look, this company's valuation is focused on what the future can bring, not the current. They had targeted earning about 1.5 million in revenue. So not much, right? And what did they actually deliver? Zero. Zero revenue in the quarter. But apparently nobody cares, nor should they, because again, valuation is based on future prospects. They did lose less. They were supposed to lose about 11 cents a share. I think they only lost 7 cents a share. So I guess that's good news. But whatever. If it just puts it in play, that's what I'm for. Again, the earnings are largely irrelevant. It's just an excuse to see if the volume comes in, which you can see a little more volume yesterday. Today, not sure. I mean, it's starting with enough volume to put it on our gappers list, but not enough really for me to be heavily interested in it. Other than that, that's all I had on the gap up list, other than the usual suspects you're talking about. I like Tesla this morning. Tesla was a little bit annoying yesterday morning, or pretty much until like midday. It was just very hard to trade, in my opinion. But I'm hoping today it's going to sort of come back in play and might be an opportunity. It's gapping up so far this morning. And then, of course, PLTR is the other one that's gapping up that just continues to be, it's made its way firmly onto my always watch list. So,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's just a good consistent play with good consistent volume, right? Over 100 million shares a day on average, and that's can't ask for more than that. So you just doesn't mean you trade it every day. It means you trade it when the opportunity presents. So I'll keep an eye in case today happens to be one of those days.
I do like both of these. I'm gonna add both of them on my list. I added Tesla already. I will add PLTR as well. Again, PLTR is just awesome. Look at the play yesterday. It's just incredible. All right, so on the list, let's go over to what's gapping down today. Not a whole lot on here, but there's 3 making their way in here. I'm interested more on MU. What is MU? Is MU being left out of like all these chip making deals? I mean, what's going on with MU? Dropping this morning, down 2.4, 830,000 shares traded. Peter, what's the latest and maybe not so greatest on our MU?
Well, I mean, it feels like they're being left out. They certainly have not been mentioned, so they do not seem to be involved in this Saudi deal. So maybe that's why they're dropping, just because the others are rising, right? And it's sort of a reverse sympathy play. Other than that, I don't see MU in the news at all. There's good news for the sector, of course, with the lower tariffs that have been agreed to by the U.S. and China. However, don't forget that there's still restriction on chips, right, in terms of their ability to be sold, and that affects the different companies differently depending on which of their chips are going to have sale restrictions. I was going to say embargo restrictions, but I guess it's not really an embargo. It's just sale prevention restrictions. So I don't know what to make of MU. I don't like MU pretty much as a trading stock. It is not one of my favorite. MU and Intel, they're the two that people sometimes gravitate towards, that frankly, they're the last on my list. If I'm going to trade semis, I'll sort of look at everything else before I look at them. But I get why people want to watch them sometimes. Today, they're certainly in play, even if it's negative, but I don't see a specific driver.
Yeah, I like the movement here. Maybe as a secondary, just to kind of see what is this all about. So yeah, I'm putting on the secondary list here, and I was watching videos, some clips of like Trump and over in the middle east over there, and
Yep.
It was like Elon was there, Sam was there, like all these tech giants were all there, even the PLTR CEO. Now I don't know if that video is old and the headline was just being mentioning what's going on now, because sometimes news tends to do that. They'll put a video of something that's old and just kind of give you the headline of what's going on. But it looks like everybody was there, so I gotta find out if that's actually from now.
Were they all standing in front of a mobile McDonald's truck? Then it's probably.
I did not see that much. No, what is?
I thought that was awesome that they rolled
I
out
didn't see it.
they organized a mobile McDonald's because I guess they know the president likes his. I don't know what is he even. What's his favorite meal? I have no idea, but
He likes
he does.
McDonald's. I know
He does
he.
seem to like his fast food.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I think he works there too. I think
A Big Mac.
he has
Was it
an
the classic
employee
Big Mac?
ID, so
I don't know, but
he must get the employee discount as well. So yeah,
the employee.
um, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. But yeah, so PLTR CO was there, which again PLTR is on my main list. I do like that one pretty much. All right, guys. So back to the gap down list. MU is the best one on here. Let's look at NU, which it was NU? NU Holdings. I don't know what this is.
So it was one of the ones that I
listing?
was going to mention. They had earnings
Okay.
last night after the close. Was not a great earnings for them. They actually missed on their revenue. They met earnings, like they were right on the number, but overall wasn't a great quarter for them. This is like a financial services company out of the Cayman Islands. They tend to get involved in some interesting deals. So not that I guess I shouldn't malign them. I have no idea, but as soon as you say banking out of the Cayman Islands, you know what we all think, right? So, but they're just reputed to hide things. So, anyways, NU Holdings. If you like them, trade them. If not, like me, you can just avoid them.
Yeah, yeah. Jeremy says he loves fast food. You know, man, I have my share of good fast food, man. I wouldn't mind a fast food here and there. But
So
I look back at these older pictures, and I'm sure you probably do too, Peter. You look back at these older pictures where like the 60s, 70s, people are in the driveway, in the drive-through, eating their McDonald's or fast food, whatever, and everybody's skinny. So we need to make fast food great again. I don't know if I could say that without being politically sensitive to some people, but I think that's the thing, man. We got to do that. I think we need to make this stuff good again.
Speaking of fast food, I showed this to our members in the room when I was on yesterday, so let me show it
Yeah.
to you. I had to do fast food when I was in Paris, and those of you that are my vintage, you would know the importance of understanding: is it real? Is it really called a Royale cheese? Or I thought it was a Royale with cheese, but it's actually called a Royale cheese. This is a quarter pounder with cheese in Paris, in France. So there you go.
Nice.
Pulp Fiction was correct. It is a Royal cheese.
Very nice. How was it? How was it?
It tasted just like one you'd get in North America. So
It wasn't more special or not all the same. Good.
and I didn't taste any different to me. But I haven't had one in a while, I'll admit. But it tasted pretty much the same. So I had a lot. Mark Adam, I had tons of croissants, but this was not on a croissant. This was just on a regular McDonald's bun. Anyways,
Yeah.
it was one of the things my son and I were talking about it, and he saw the McDonald's, and he's like, "Oh, I wonder." And I'm like, "Let's go find out." So it was what time was this taken? This picture was taken at 1:18 a.m. So you're making good decisions when you go buy a Royal cheese at 1:18 a.m. in the morning in Paris. There you go. See, third arrondissement, 1:18 a.m. Saturday night. I was eating a Royal cheese.
Good stuff. All right, and the last one on our list here, guys, which I probably won't have on my on deck here, is AUR. So AUR. This is Aurora Innovations. We've seen this ticker before. It doesn't trade very well as far as intraday action, so I'm gonna keep it off the list here. I have no interest on this one, Peter. I'm not sure what the news is. They're gapping down today, 18%, which is a pretty big number. 8.7 million shares traded. So is this news? Some kind of news earnings?
I don't know. I mean, yesterday, it's sort of some indirect news. One of the founders of Aurora was named as what was he named? He was named to Chief Product Officer of General Motors. So Aurora apparently makes autonomous trucking. They're an autonomous trucking company, and they were announced as Executive VP, Global Product, and Chief Product Officer for General Motors. So interesting move for them. I mean, that doesn't directly benefit Aurora, other than I suppose he could point to the people he knows and give Aurora some contracts. So I guess that could be good news. How big is Aurora? Let's check this out. One sec. Well, they got a big float. They are a $13 billion company, so they're not they're not tiny, but still, I suppose a new potential deal, or at least relationship with General Motors, is probably a good thing for them. So I don't think that's enough to make me want to trade it. I notice it's down significantly though today, so maybe they don't like the fact that this person left. I don't know. I think so. I thought it would be a good thing, but apparently not. So
Yeah. Um,
oh,
oh, that's a very interesting ringtone. This is
alarm.
oh, it's an alarm. Okay, there you go.
9 o'clock.
9 a.m. alarm. No, we
9
we
a.m.
missed the alarms, Peter. We missed the alarm,
Oh,
to kind of get us ready for the day a minute before the market open. It's just we missed that.
I'm back. You'll get them now.
Yes, there you go. People are having a blast with the McDonald's comments and the gifts that they're throwing on deck here. Just it's a good time in chat today. And yeah, let's make fast food great again. I got the perfect CEO for this. We can put Norm. I think Norm can definitely run this make fast food great again. And this could be our picture where we kind of get behind this campaign. And this could be right here. Let me get this thing out of the way there. There we go. Look at that.
Norm.
Good times. All right, friends. My list right now is made up of, if I could bring it back here, where is it now? Made up of a couple of tickers here. I think that I have a good one right now: SMCI, AMD, Tesla, PLTR, and a good secondary list as well. And we haven't looked at some other ones that I know you guys are going to call out, so we'll look at that. But Peter, before we go to the chat, anything you'd like to go over?
Well, we're on the gap down here. There's a couple of the Magnificent Seven that are gapping down. Apple, Microsoft, and Netflix all moving down this morning. So Apple has been an interesting one. I find that it doesn't seem to want to move with the market. It's doing independent things. Not necessarily good things, but independent things. So I just keep an eye on it, waiting for opportunities if and when they arise. Yesterday it did some interesting moves, so I'll just continue to watch it here as I get back into the saddle and used to what the market is doing. Microsoft was just ugly yesterday to trade. I mean, it I don't know. So probably not a good target. But other than those, we already talked about the rest, right? There's some semiconductors, MU, Intel gapping down, if you're interested in the red stuff. Other than that, it's sort of a mixed day. I notice it's some of the cryptocurrencies are gapping down. Riot, Mara, MSTR, all marginally down today, which reminds me to check crypto prices. What are they doing today? Let's check that out. Bitcoin right now, look at that, 104,000. I didn't even check that yesterday, so it's over 100 grand again.
Nice.
Look at that happened while I was away. Let's see. What are we looking like? Wow, yeah, it looks like right, and it was moving up to around 95,000 when I left on vacation. Looks like it climbed a little bit higher, got over 100,000 late last week, and we're still holding that range. So look, this is the area that I've been saying for 2 months now is interesting. When the prices get here, we've got to see, will they be able to hold here and then push higher? Because if they push higher, I honestly think they could push significantly higher from here. But this 105 range, if you sort of go back and look at it, this is exactly where we topped out back in December last year, right before we had the big drop back down to $80,000. So again, if we can break through this, I think the 106 or so is about where it topped, 106, 106 and a half. Yeah, if we get up through that, crypto could be off to the races. So, but for the morning, crypto stocks are down.
Yeah. One that had a great day yesterday was Coin. Coin was awesome. We're just talking about this in chat here. Just an explosive day, and they were coming off that join the S&P 500, which is obviously positive news for them. So Coin doing pretty good here. Yeah, but for the most part, they're not doing a whole lot right now. All right, friends, let's stop here. Let's go to you guys, see what you guys like this morning. We'll start in chat and see what's going on there. I'm gonna bring the messages right in front of me here so I can see what's going on. So let's take a look here. BYND. Didn't this thing fall apart? This thing fell apart, man. Wasn't this thing like what happened here?
It's not like it had its moment. It sort of faltered.
It had some good momentum too, Peter. Like, I remember it was like joining with McDonald's, doing something with Dunkin' Donuts. Like, these are big franchise names, and somehow I guess people don't go to McDonald's to buy a BYND burger. So Yeah, it's
No,
like
and I think the whole fake meat thing, it had its moments, and then everybody's like, you know what, this whole fake meat, it's in a lot of ways it's worse for you than the meat. So if you're
yeah,
doing it
yeah,
because for ethical reasons, then maybe you're not so worried about the health consequences. But the reality is that so far a lot of what they've come up with is not necessarily better. And then of course, more recently, there's all the gross news of the. Have you seen some of the, like, where they artificially grew like chicken breasts like on a plant?
I think you had mentioned this to
Oh
me
my
before,
god.
some time back.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't want to look that up,
Yeah,
man. That's
if
just
if you look, it is. I don't know how anybody would say, let me try and eat that. Like, it looks like a giant slug growing on a. Anyways, yeah, don't look it up. It's
it's just
it's
brutal, man.
absolutely repulsive. But hey, look, I appreciate the fact that science is trying to work on these things, but they still got some. There's still some work to do.
I'm telling you, they're making it the chump burger from
Oh, AMD. Look at AMD
look
go.
much
Sorry.
better. No, go ahead.
AMD. It's on the move.
Oh yeah, 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 yes. AMD's my favorite today, man. They're looking very,
Yeah.
very nice. Look at that. That's a $2 move, $3 move, man. That
Yep.
is that is pretty nice. Okay. All right, friends. I think we're all set. I like my list this morning. I know we didn't get to a lot of tickers because we've been having a lot of fun here. But I think we cover the majority of the stuff that you guys like today. AMD is covered. We have that one. BYD. We're just playing with that one. AMD. Trying to see what else you guys mentioned. Everybody's just loving AMD, so that is on deck. Anything different, guys, other than AMD? No. Looks like everybody loves AMD. Yes, we did speak about OKLO. I personally don't like this one, but I have space today. I have space to watch it. I only have 4 on here. I can add one more. It is moving. It is in play. Peter did break this one down a little bit earlier, so yeah, I have space to watch it today. We'll see if it does well. And I do have SMCI already on the list. You can see it down there. SMCI, AMD, Tesla, PLTR, and OKLO. I'm very happy with this list today, by the way. Baba has earnings tomorrow, so we'll see what Baba does tomorrow morning, I believe. CSCO has earnings tonight, so we'll see what that does tomorrow. But for the most part, I like this list. Hymns. Oh, yes. How can we not speak about hymns with this, what is an insane parabolic daily? I mean, this is just wild, guys. $27 up at 64, as high as 66 today. Wow. Andrew did a recap yesterday. So check out YouTube. He did a recap on hymns and how he found this trade. I think one of the members mentioned it in chat. Again, great power of being in the community. So definitely check that out. It's available on YouTube as far as his recap goes. All right, guys. Let's go to our community events and announcements. You can always check this by going to bareboottraders.com. You click on that webinars tab at the top, and you're going to get what's happening for the next 2 weeks. Today's Wednesday, so we'll focus on today's activities.
All right, guys, it is Wednesday, which means it's Wisdom Wednesday. We focus on psychology, and we give you a number of different sessions, if you're an elite member, that you can take advantage of. We're going to start with the stuff at the bottom there because they happen midday at 11 and 12 o'clock. We have our options trading session that is led by Avi. He's going to be talking about options. That's in the webinar room. All of these today, in fact, are going to be happening in the webinar room for our elite members. So hopefully you'll join them at 11. And then at 12, we continue with live trading, but this time we're talking futures with Dr. Vanessa Charlin. Vanessa is a great trader and one who loves to share, sort of what she's looking at and her thoughts on the market. So hopefully you'll join her at noon for that session. Then this evening, we've got our signature event that's happening at 8 p.m. Wesley is leading that, talking about how you can sharpen your focus and fix the bottlenecks in your trading. We all have areas that we can improve upon. He's going to help you hopefully unlock some of those that may be standing in your way so that you can clear them and become a better trader over time. So that'll be at 8 o'clock this evening. If you want to join us at Bear Bull Traders, we would love to have you. Check out our membership options. Go to bearbulltraders.com, and you can find the information everywhere from... didn't hit stop on that one properly. Everywhere from our intro offer right through to the Elite Annual. Check out the one that's best for you, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Although, if you're joining us on YouTube, that's great. And, give us a thumbs up and show us the appreciation for the work that we do every day, and we will appreciate you in turn. So thank you for being here with us this morning. If you, by the way, are interested, we do have a boot camp that just got started. I'm eager to, Carlos, I think you were mentioning you had your first team meeting with the boot camp yesterday, didn't you?
No, second, yeah, second week, week
okay.
2, man. So we're very exciting.
Wow.
Okay. Yes, well, so it's a lot of fun.
I got the first with my group coming up on Thursday of this week as we get this boot camp kicked off, and everybody's sort of getting themselves in gear. So it's a good time if you want to join the next boot camp. That starts in September, and there's still lots of time to join. It'd be a good time to consider it, put it on your list of things to do if you're willing to spend the time and effort. It's a great intensive course, but you got to put the work in. So, and as our people are starting to learn, there's a lot of work. We provide you many opportunities to work hard in boot camp. So, and hopefully you see that as a good thing. If not, well, then I would advise maybe boot camp's not the place for you. But if you're interested, pcapitaltrading.com is the place to go to get information on that. All right, let's set some levels. We're 10 after 9. We got 20 minutes or 19 and a half minutes to get to this open. So we'll set some levels. I'll let you know what our moderators are watching. And as usual, we'll go to our live trading in the chat room with Andrew and Brian, and with Carlos and I out there on YouTube.
All right, absolutely, friends. All right, let's take a look at what we have here. So just to recap, we're looking at SMCI, we have AMD, we have Tesla, PLTR, and OKLO, and just AMD is just rocking, hitting 120.25 up there, and just doing some pretty interesting stuff. All right, let's take a look at our daily. Let's set some levels. Let's start with the low of the pre-market right now. Is being set, well, it's set at 116.33. Our high of our pre-market is over at a 120.25, and again, just being created right now. So we'll see how that goes. Tons of orders on the ask. Looks like it wants to go higher, so this thing's really on fire. Towards the bottom here, guys, you're set highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. You also have your previous day close right on here, so plenty of levels towards the bottom. We're going to go to the left and focus to the upside and see what we can find here. We'll zoom in. Looks like around December January timeframe. So once we get in here, we can see a couple of areas. 122.79 looks great, and then another one right up here at 125.11. Once you do those two, I think you're pretty much set. You're covering all the areas where you're seeing a lot of change in direction, a lot of support and resistance. So once you do that, you're pretty set when it comes to AMD. And just again putting in a really nice move right now in the pre-market. 4.4 million shares traded. Just an awesome pre-market activity for AMD. Moving down over to SMCI. SMCI also up 20%. 16 million shares traded. So this one is also doing some pretty cool stuff here. High of the pre-market 46.80. We'll slam one there. And then towards the bottom, if we look at it between March, even February, we do have some levels on here. It's going to be a great level at 42.84. That's slightly above our pre-market low there, but 42.84, good area. You can see the daily, a lot of resistance here, a little bit of support, but more resistance than anything. So you definitely want to have that down. 46.80, as I mentioned, is the high of the pre-market, so that's there. Above that, we do have an area not as clean, but it's going to be right around 50.06. And then obviously we've been up as high as 55.63 on the SMCI. So some good daily levels there for us on SMCI. We'll see how the morning looks, but man, look at this pre-market activity. It is just flying. It is really nice, looking to break that pre-market high any second now. Let's look at Tesla. Also doing well towards the bottom, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. Got you covered, previous day close as well. Even the low of the pre-market is pretty much set with the high from yesterday, so it's this line right on here, right? So you pretty much got that covered. High of the pre-markets, we're pulling off a little bit from 344.93. We'll slam a level there. Then we'll go over to the left and let's see what we have towards the top here. We haven't been up here since the beginning of the year. Again, a lot of stocks like the overall market covering their losses from year to date. This one still has a bit to go, but you know, it's definitely got some momentum here. So if we look at February, we do have, and this stock was down. I remember when people didn't believe me that this stock was down 40%. I put a YouTube title, you know, Tesla's down 40%, 45%. And somebody tried to take my head off on the comments. I'm like, dude, do the math. we are down 40%, right? So it's one of the hardest hit as far as a year to date. So recovering nicely here, up 2.8 this morning, looking to go higher. Hopefully 362.53 is a great level on the daily here. Another level over at 382.49. It's a good one, and then just in case, another one up here at 405. I mean, that'll be awesome if we get to 405, but again, that'll probably be for another day. That's pretty far out of the price action at the moment. So looking pretty good as far as the daily goes. Actually, you know what? And I also like this one here. I know you might not see it. It might be small here. 352.71. That could be a good area. I know there's not a change in direction. Like the good levels are when they change direction like this. But also when you slam into it a lot, like you are doing with that 352.71, it's worth noting as well. So there you go on our good buddy Tesla. PLTR, our newfound love for our usual suspects here. PLTR high of the pre-market 130.98. So we'll slam one there, and then towards the bottom, the low of the pre-market down at 127.34. And man, this stock can move very, very explosive. Are we at all-time highs? I know we passed the most recent spike. Are we at all-time highs in this thing? Where's the weekly? Give me the monthly. Oh yes, we are. Look at this bad boy. Wow. So all-time highs. You have no levels up here other than what's in the pre-market right now. So it's again doing very, very well. So I have the pre-market 130.98. And then if you look to the left, you have the only level that's not covered is this one here, 125.05, which was the previous high that we had. And for the most part, highs and lows for the last two trading days towards the bottom here on the PLTR. So looking really nice. Let's take a look at the last one here, OKLO this morning. Plenty of levels towards the bottom, as many stocks have the same situation. They're just breaking out of all these highs and lows from the last 2 days. 30.79, 30.81, excuse me, is the low of the pre-market. Pre-market today looking very active, 1.7 million shares traded. We can short this. Hard to borrow with interactive brokers. That could change throughout the day, but just be aware of that. High of the pre-market 33.99. Being created right now after that really nice big move there. And if we look to the left on the daily, we get some levels for the top here. We're going to go right in this area. We do have 35.17, and the next good one is here, 38.18 for OKLO. So yeah, that's our list, guys. SMCI, AMD, Tesla, PLTR, OKLO. I do have Nvidia on a secondary list, UNH, MU, and HIMS. We might actually end up moving up. HIMS is just wild, so we'll see where it goes here. But HIMS is one that can be very explosive as well. All right, friends, that is what we have. Peter, let's tell our team what the moderators are watching. Peter, can't hear you.
On mute. Sorry.
There you go.
Our moderators are starting to get their lists in, and maybe we can get some ideas for what to trade from that. Lenny, always in first, and he's going to be watching AMD, Nvidia, Tesla, SMCI, PLTR, BABA, and Coin. He usually has sort of the super list that people pick from. Thor is going to be watching AMD and Amazon. Avi's watching the Avi stuff. Jared's going to be watching HIMS, AMD, Nvidia, SMCI, as well as the scanners. I got one IPO to let you know about. Did not open yesterday. We'll see if ANTA opens today. I'm also going to be watching my usual stuff. A lot of semis on here, plus Apple and PLTR. So we'll see where that goes. Brendan's going to be watching AMD, Nvidia, Tesla, PLTR, and SMCI. Eamon's got a potential long on Apple lined up. Paris is going to be watching OKLO, SMCI, AMD, Tesla, and PLTR. Phil watching Nvidia, AMD, Tesla, Amazon, and SMCI. And Brian, in with his list, watching AMD, Tesla, Nvidia, OKLO, SMCI, and of course, the SPY overall, as he usually does. So I don't see Andrew's list in yet. Hopefully that'll be coming soon. But we'll start to get ready for this open. Now we are just under 12 minutes away, getting closer to this open. And as you know, I'll have some alarms to let you know as we get close.
Just, yeah, I know you will.
Because I do.
Yes. Okay, we are good to go. Let's see here. All right. Let's get our things ready here. 5 minute, 1 minute charge to get going for the market open. Why did I stop trading Why did I stop working 9 to 5 and started trading? No, I did not do that, man. No, I did not do that. I do not recommend that. Do not leave your 9 to 5 to start trading. In fact, I wish I would have kept my 9 to 5 and I wish I would have traded at the same time. Oh my goodness. Woo. Peter, I can tell you how much that would accelerate my growth. Because my 9 to 5, I made really good money. I mean, I made really good money. So I would have not leave my 9 to 5 for this. No way.
I
no
hear
way.
you.
The money was too good.
No matter how
no,
much
nor
you're
should
making.
you. No. Yeah.
No. Too much pressure. Don't do it.
My job relocated. They left me, unfortunately. They relocated, and then I would look for something else and find 9 to 5. But my 9 to 5, man, I just loved it. Loved it. All right, we're all set, friends. Levels are in. I see Brian is ready to go, so we're going to hop off here. And Brian, the reason why we hop off, because we can't hear you. That's why. I know Brian one time said a comment, oh, Carlos leaves right away, doesn't say good morning. I know you can hear me, but I cannot hear you based on the setup that we're in. So love you, brother. I'm not just bailing on you. Good morning to you. I see your thumbs up. I can see that.
Hey, Brian. But yes, we're not good at the hand signals too much, so have a good one. We'll try not to talk over you. It's all over to you in the chat.
Yep, absolutely. All right, guys, we're going to continue here on YouTube. We'll hop off from the chat, and we'll be set to go. Awesome stuff. Yeah, Pigress, at some point, if you want to leave your 9 to 5, we could talk about this. We could do a whole webinar on this. At some point, you do want to leave your 9 to 5 if that's your goal. But I love what I did, man. I really enjoy working with the people I had, I hire everyone, so I had to enjoy them because I hire all of them, so I knew exactly what I was looking for. So that helps.
It's tough. A lot of people get into trading because they want to quit the job, and I get that. I get that incentive. My general rule of thumb advice would be, do not leave trading until you're at least making more trading than you do in your job, no matter how much you make in your job.
Yeah.
Because you need to know that you can securely replace that, and that would imply that while you're building up to that level, you're hopefully banking all the money that you've been making trading, so that when you do leave the job, you've got that as a fail-safe, and you're not just increasing your spend, because that's bad. Because inevitably, I can promise you this: when you quit your job, your trading is going to get worse. It will.
Tougher.
It will.
More pressure.
More pressure. Right? You're going to think, oh, it's going to be easier because I'll have more time and I can focus on it. Life will be good. I can promise you it will not be. It'll be more difficult, not easier. So that's why you need to build up that security blanket. You need to have proven to yourself in real life doing it that you can make that money, and sustainably, because the only way you get to making your salary or more, again, when I say make your salary or more, that means you had to have been doing it for at least a year at that level before you quit the job. There's a lot more detail to it, and this is part of the stuff we talked about in various webinars. It's so difficult to overly generalize, but one thing we always want to caution people about, this is not a get rich quick scheme. People can have a good day, week, month, or even quarter and think, I've got this, right? This is awesome. I'm going to quit my job. And then it all falls apart, and they wonder what the hell they've done to themselves, right? So don't put yourself in that situation if you can possibly avoid it.
And it's not again, not to get too deep into it, because me and Peter can go forever on this. We like talking about this because we want to give people a reality check. If they, because I didn't have this reality check. I was thinking very different. It's more expensive than what you think. Like if you have a family, everybody's in different situations. If you have a family, you have kids, benefits, you got to think about how that much it's going to cost, especially if you're in the U.S. There's a lot more to it, right? What you see on the screen is not what you make after taxes. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Like if my wife didn't have a great job and she didn't have benefits for the entire family, great benefits, I wouldn't be trading, because starting out to cover benefits for the whole family, plus the day-to-day expenses, it's not possible starting out, right? So everybody's going to be in a different bucket, and you just got to make sure that you're aware of how the reality is when it comes to trading, and how much you make, right? So be careful. Take it step by step. Start part-time. Andrew says the same thing too. Start part-time. Build your way slowly. And in some cases, it's funny, when you have money coming in from different avenues, you might start actually enjoying your job because you don't give a crap too much. You might start enjoying it because you have that flexibility that I could leave whenever I want, right? But you got to get there first. So who knows? We could change your perspective on the way you work and do things. So, all right, with that, let's take a look here, friends. AMD. Wow, AMD is on front and center for me today. Hopefully it doesn't get too extended where we don't get an opportunity here. So, yeah. uh, yes, I gotta keep it PG-13. I almost said that. I'm like, I can't say that. I gotta be careful for the people that are watching with their. I know you guys are not censored, but somebody could be watching with their kid or something. I don't want to be cursing.
Yeah, well.
That's the case. Or those kids should be at school if you're in the East Coast, but who knows? They could be young ones.
That's right. All right, so getting my list all set up here. We've got some good stuff to keep an eye on today. We'll see what happens out there in the market.
Yeah. Gerard said laptop day, but I didn't think he said good morning, so we got to block him from winning. I don't think he said good morning first, so we might have to block him. But yeah, Gerard, just kidding. It is laptop day, which is membership day today. And Andrew made a promise last week. I don't know if he remembers. Yeah, you were not here, Peter, but he promised to give away like 3 things.
Really?
Because he missed a couple of weeks. It's just he's been so tired, man. He's just out of it. He spoke a little bit about it yesterday. He just hasn't been in his zone as far as trading, and just sleep and everything else he's been talking about. So he promised today to give away 3, three things. So we'll see.
All right.
See. Remember, guys, the way to be part of that, you got to subscribe, you got to hit the like button, and say good morning first before you say laptop or anything else. And you are in the drawing. All right, let's see here. All right. Peter, what's your list? I know you read it. Let me look at your list. What are you watching today?
Usual suspects. I'm going to keep an eye on Tesla, Nvidia, and like I normally do, I'll PLTR, of course, like I mentioned on my permanent list. SMCI and AMD, like you pointed out, are both good. So it feels like I'm a little semiconductor heavy, but I might I'll put NU and HIMS on here just because others are watching them. And we've got to let you know if things are moving. Same thing with Micron. I don't plan to trade any of those last 3 really, but we'll keep an eye on for you guys. So
I do see you have Apple on your list. As well.
I don't have any big target. Apple's always up here on one of my screens. I haven't liked the way it's moved in a while, and unlike yesterday where I had UNH as a target trade at the open, I don't have any target trades right now. So it looks like I'll be with you, Carlos, waiting a few minutes into the open before I sort of try and find something and put my money into the market.
Awesome. Yep, I see. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Heath. Good to see you guys. Friends, make sure you visit our YouTube channel homepage, right? And if you go here, you can scroll down and you can see Andrew did a recap. So click on videos and you'll see the recap from yesterday. So he'll go over his HIMS trade and everything else. So definitely check that out. Really nice recaps, just kind of going over how he took that trade, his thought process. So definitely check it out. We got to give him a lot of love because he can do recaps. His recaps are what makes the difference in this channel. This live is good, but I noticed when he does the recaps, man, that the channel really grows. So go out there and show Andrew some love on his recaps so he can keep doing them.
Pretty Bird. Yeah, good morning, Pretty Bird. I like the name. Who's a Pretty Bird?
That reminds me of is it Dumb and Dumber, the movie?
Oh, really?
The guy kills. Yeah. Oh yeah. Have you seen Dumb and Dumber? I'm sure you have.
You know what? I'm sure I have. I'm sure I have, but it's not the type of movie I normally gravitated towards, so I don't know it well enough to quote anything from it.
Okay. We're gonna have to have a viewing party right here live on YouTube with the movie. Me and Peter. Whoever wants to join.
And you know what? Speaking of like crazy movies like that, while we were in France one night, we were drinking scotch, and Mike said, "You've got to watch Cocaine Bear." So he made me watch Cocaine Bear.
How was it?
And it was as ridiculous as you would expect. Don't expect a plot. And there are some really rough ways people died. Really rough. So that was.
I haven't watched it. My nephews watched it. They told me a few of the scenes. I'm like, what? I got to see this.
Yeah,
just to believe it. They really do that.
And like somebody saying, like based on a true story, Pig Wrestler, it is very indirectly based on a true story. In the true story, the bear, yes, found the cocaine and then died. It didn't go crazy and go on this
Yeah.
rampage that it went on. So the setup is based on a true story. Every single thing that happens, not based on a true story.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, an event. All right, guys, you might have heard my alarm. We've got now
Yes.
less than 35 seconds till the market opens. So if you're targeting an open trade, get ready. I'm just watching. So we'll see. I was going to try not to get myself into any bad situations, but see PLTR pulling down here into the open. AMD still looking relatively strong. And SMCI pulling back. All right, I don't know where things are going to go. We're we're only up
see.
about 0.2% on both the market indices on the SPY and the Qs, so not a huge day. And remember, here's the bell.
Ding, ding,
Let's
ding,
go.
ding, ding.
No big news expected, right? So we don't have any big economic data, which leaves it wide open for any presidential, White House type news and tweets. So let's see what happens.
All right, let's see what
Really
the day
not
brings.
many tweets these days. Have you noticed that? Like, first presidency was all about the random tweets that we couldn't predict. Now there's a lot of news, but it's not coming out via like social media tweets, at least not from Trump himself.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, Apple getting a little bit of an early push here. See if as soon as I said that, of course it it dropped. Where are we going?
All right, friends. As usual, I'm going to be waiting 3 minutes just to see where the action is, and kind of wait to wait for the setup here. SMCI. Yeah, on Truth Social, he's done a couple of tweets, but not heavy. Like there's been a few that he's done.
But it's usually confirming or reacting to something else that's already happened, isn't it?
Right, right.
Yeah. I felt like the first presidency we were getting like policy information, or like it was the first time you heard something was coming out on social media, and
now he's living with the wow, look at Tesla with the actual reporters. Like he's with them 24/7, and he's really so the reporters are getting all the information first and dissecting it properly. Looks like Tesla getting a bit of a drop. PLTR sideways for right now. OKLO's moving. RDDT, excuse me. Redic. Yeah, it's moving. I don't like the volume as much, but it could be interesting. We'll keep an eye on it. I'm going to put it here on my list. RDDT. I think I like the stock more for what it's done since the IPO, more than they actually trace well. I do like Reddit, and just amazed on how the IPO did this, did
Apple
that.
just went green. Sorry.
Don't know how they make money. No, all good. Apple, I know you're watching that one. Apple saved me yesterday. My trade actually ended up working out. Took all day, but it worked. Let's see. All right, guys, coming up on minute 3, I'm trying to see where I have a good opportunity. PLTR right at the VWAP could be great. I know it can be choppy at times. Let's see what PLTR. Oh, wow. Let's see if we can get something on it. All right, Andrew Long AMD, excuse me. Andrew's Long AMD got in at 120.20, 120.40. Got a couple of entries there. Let's see if that can break out for him. That would be nice. Man, PLTR is just gonna go. Come on, buddy. Give us a pullback.
Come on, buddy.
It's just gonna go. Yeah. That's the one issue, right? Wait, if you have a plan to like wait, things can get going, and this one is just gone. SMCI. Apple heading back.
Apple up and down. Tesla down and up. Nvidia setting a new high here.
I like
AMD
this
just
setup
getting
on
over the pre-market.
SMCI. Yeah, I like this setup on SMCI here. This will be the confirmation candle for the long. A little bit early for this type of play. I should wait. Let's wait for this minute to close. Let's not rush it. Let's see if it actually wants to be strong. Let's not jump into this. Look for a better 5-minute ORB. Let's see what happens. It's above the VWAP, but the 5-minute candle is red. So you're better off just waiting and getting more confirmation.
Well, Andrew went pretty heavy, it looks like, on AMD.
Oh, yeah. He went definitely heavy. There's more triangles than volume on that candle.
He was smashing the buy button. I don't know how many shares that represents, but it is literally tens of thousands of shares. He's
oh yeah, that's big. That's big.
Yeah.
Very confused with SMCI because above the VWAP, but the first candle is somewhat on the 5-minute reddish. I like it long here above the VWAP, so it's kind of like I'm getting conflicting information on SMCI. Yeah, looks like it wants to be weak, going below the VWAP maybe. A lot of conflicting info, so we'll leave it alone. Tesla out of here. PLTR never pulled back. OKLO, same thing, also gone. Apple looks interesting here. 5-minute ORB. A lot of selling pressure on this one candle. PLTR. Tesla above the VWAP. Oh, look at that. MCI broke down. I'm glad I did not go long. I was very close to going long on this thing. But again, just the conflicting info on that 5-minute candle.
Yeah, good decision.
Held me back from jumping in, so that's good. Tesla, Tesla. Mr. Traveler, getting FOMO big time now. Yeah, this, you know what it is, like if you wait it and you start looking at like stuff like PLTR, you know, huge massive move. OKLO is gone, right? So this thing took off as well. What else? Apple, not so much. Radic, somebody mentioned that one. Nvidia, same thing. And it's pulling back down. So if you have a possible strategy, ABCD or something, some of these are starting to pull back a little bit here.
Wow. Andrew doubled down. Looks like he went long on AMD and Nvidia.
Oh, he did both.
Well. Yeah.
Very nice. Very, very nice. Amanda, you should have waited. What happened? AMD. Yeah, I see Nvidia as well. RGTI. What's RGTI doing? Oh, look at that. Yeah. Nice play on RGTI. Spaghetti. Still in the conversation, man.
Still there,
in the conversation, yeah. SMCI could be a nice short. I see that. Who mentioned that? Oh, you got long, Amanda. Oh no, you had to wait. Yeah. It was just a little bit conflicting, but this could be a good short actually on SMCI. Yeah, I'm gonna go short. I like this setup here, the breakdown below the VWAP, the pullback, and then the breakdown again. I wish I would have saw it earlier. Let's see if we can get a drop here and break the low of the day. So stop will be, we could give this 45.70ish, just slightly above the VWAP here, even tighter if we need to. If it goes above 45.60, I'll get out. We can always jump back in because we want this to happen fast to the downside, but let's see if we can break down. And then the other one I was looking at was PLTR is pulling back. OKLO is gone. What else we have here? Tesla under the VWAP. So I'm not sure about that one. AMD did give you a pullback, and Andrew should still be in AMD, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what else. Tesla below the
Not,
VWAP.
NU moving up here. So I keep
NU.
an eye on that for you guys.
I'm probably gonna stop out. Yeah, I'm gonna stop out on SMCI if it goes above this 45.60. I don't want to go in above that. Let's see what it does. You said MU or MU, not NU, right?
No, NU is.
Oh, NU. Okay.
The Cayman Island, capital services company. MU is not doing anything. NU is a Nancy.
Yeah.
Unicorn.
All right, I'm out of this one. Just playing games here. Pick me off right at the bottom on SMCI. So you said, let's take a look here. NU. Yeah. PLTR back down. OKLO never looked back. Wow, PLTR is selling off back to the VWAP. Didn't expect that type of pullback. AMD. SMCI. Let's see what it does. But right now it's just looking like chop. If it goes back up to 46.40 and comes back down to the VWAP, it is just messy. And the 5-minute looks very messy too. Let's see what it does here. PLTR breaking down below the VWAP. That could be interesting. It's hard to short these strong stocks though, unless the SPY is going to help us here.
Well, especially this early. I don't mind shorting a strong stock, but I usually wait until later and I get a bigger setup. So
Tesla was good. I think we're going weak. I'm going to jump back in SMCI. Wait, no. Yeah, I think we are going to sell off here. I'm back in SMCI. Yeah. I'm like, are we going to sell off? Like, but yeah, I think that's weak. It just went up there to stop me out of this damn stock. But
in the chat room, people are busy making fun of Andrew because he's like, "What a day!
Why?
What a day!" And everybody's like, "Yeah, you're ultra tough. Your ultra tough 10-minute day." But,
yeah. All right, let's see if SMCI could break down. I'm seeing this as a short. Maybe I'm wrong again. I'm not sure. So let's see. I like it again here for a short. So we'll stick with it. Let's see if it's going to happen. Amazon, interesting short. Yeah, Amazon can trade very well. Actually, nobody mentioned Amazon today. For me, this would have been a tough trade though. I don't see it here as a short like when it was losing the VWAP. So that would have been a tough play for me there. Apple above the previous day close. That's the trade I took yesterday and it worked out pretty well. Had to wait all day for it though, but it worked out really nice. AMD, Tesla.
Apple's doing its Apple thing, which means sort of nothing good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's higher, but it was not an easy move higher. Very wicky, very challenging. AMD looks like the initial move did not continue. Same thing with Nvidia. Nvidia rocketed higher to a high of day and then pulled right back to VWAP, and it's just sort of sitting here now.
Very nice. Okay.
SMCI. Good thing you didn't get into that, Carlos. It really didn't do anything, did it?
No, I got in again.
Oh,
I got so I'm in. Yeah, I got in short again. It feels like it wants to break down. Like I'm getting my signals for the breakdown, and it's just playing games with me. So it might just be choppy here. But I even like the 5 minutes on it. Like it looks good for a possible breakdown. Which is we're having a hard time losing this low of the day here. Like we made a new low just in the previous candle, so that's good. But we're not getting that nice flush and continuation. Oh, maybe we are now.
Let's hope it does. Come on,
Yeah,
SMCI. Let's
so
see
that we can
44
get
even.
something. Ben, FOMOphobia kicking back in? No FOMOphobia, man. Where did you hear that? Did you just put that together? Or is somebody using it?
Cucamongophobia.
All right, let's see what's the next level. Let's think here on SMCI 4284. That'll be great if we can get that, but that seems far out without a couple of pullbacks. All right. Like it's selling down, but it is really struggling. Like you can see it. Like every push down is met with some buyers right away. So that's not good. We need to beat down these buyers.
No, it's good. It's going lower anyways.
Yeah.
There you go.
There we go. Yeah, we'll take a partial here. So let's see if we could break lower. I have a level at 4284. That is I have the pre-market. Where did I get this from? I know I placed it. Where did I get it from? It's actually. It's a daily level. Okay, so a big daily level that we have here. So you can see it right on here. So 4284 would be great, but again, I think with the way he's struggling, let's see what happens. We might get there, but the way he's struggling doesn't seem likely. But we got a partial. Let's see if we can get lower. Wow, PLTR really sold off. Back almost to the low of the day. Only up 1% now. Same thing with Tesla. Again, getting some profits back. AMD. That's good. That's going to help my trade. If everything starts just kind of rolling over a little bit, that's really going to help my trade here. Just the overall sentiment, right? Pushing things lower. All right. SMCI is doing some good stuff now. I like that. Look at the asks too. Bunch of stuff. 43, 48. Very nice. Very nice.
Picked it well there, Carlos. You got in. Stuck to your strategy. I like it. Good trade.
Yeah. Gave me a hard time the first trade there.
Yeah.
But glad we came back in. Quick 1R shorting JD.
JD.
Oh, wow. That's very clean. That's very clean. Light volume, which is difficult for me to trade, but still it looks like a nice drop there. Depending where you got in, you're doing pretty good on this one.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Looks good on the 5 minute. 1 minute looks a little tougher, a little wicky, as you said, lower volume.
Yeah.
It wasn't that easy, but good.
Wow, Reddick really lost it here. It's funny, you're getting these sell-offs, but we are still up. Like SMCI is still up 13% on the day, right? AMD still 5%. Tesla's up. Like they're still some of them very well in the green. Like AMD as SMCI are still pretty nicely in the green here for the day at least. Kevin, you're late. What happened, man? The alarm didn't go off. Do we need to send Peter down to set up your clocks and all that? Hopefully all is good.
Yeah.
Man. Glad that you joined.
Wow. JD's still moving lower, low of day here. So is SMCI. Let's go SMCI. Can we get 43?
Oh, that'd be awesome if we get 43. I was looking. I was making fun of some of my bootcamp members on Team A. These guys, they're sharing their trades, and some of they look awesome. So I started trolling them like, why did you guys join the bootcamp? Your trades are amazing for the first weekend. Like, what's going on? So they have some really good trades, man. They're doing great. Week 2, so
Well,
looking forward
sometimes
to it.
if you train enough, you can always have good-looking ones. Hopefully, it's not
Oh
surrounded
yeah,
by
yeah, yeah. I was just trolling them. Yeah, I
you
was
know.
just trolling them. I know they just says it's just one couple of trades, but yeah, man, looking forward to working with these guys. Network issues. Okay, yeah, sorry to hear that, man. Hopefully all is good. AMD, Tesla getting a little buying here. OKLO never pulled back. OKLO stays strong. Out of all these tickers, they're up 20% today.
Well,
That is
and
very
that
nice.
NU that I mentioned, it's
Yeah.
it's moving higher. It's green and still going higher. So
Yes.
solid
Look at
move
that.
on that.
Very nice. Very nice.
But no trades for me. I'm still just watching.
All right. Let's see what SMCI wants to do. 2 parcels already. Would love to get 43, but it is
Yeah, it
again, it is
seems to
having
be
a hard
getting
time.
some support here, doesn't it?
Yeah. This will be a very important candle here. If it goes green, I'm going to take another partial. But this candle here has to make a new low, man, or else I'm going to be partialing quickly, because usually that's you're building a base, right? If you build that base, you're going to see some support. I'm going to take another partial. I just don't trust it's going to sell any lower here. So another partial here just to not bring so many shares back if we are going to come back to break even. And that's where my stop will be now, right? My stop will be at break even on this trade. Okay, we're not going to wait. See what it does. PLTR. Yeah, coming back above the VWAP here. A good pullback there. And then it's the breakout candle. Good pullback and a confirmation candle showing strength could be a good entry. Playing it off the VWAP if you like that strategy. I'm going to take another partial on PLTR. Let's see. Wait for it. Oh, maybe we got to wait.
What? Wait?
Nah.
SMCI.
No, yeah, I'm thinking of taking another partial. Like, this candle doesn't make a new low. I'm going to take another partial. I don't want to take the number of shares I have left back up with me. And it looks like it's kind of changing the pattern unless we make a new low. And now we keep lower low, lower highs on the 5-minute especially. Like, I want to gotta keep this trend going, right? So new low here on this 5-minute candle will be awesome. Yeah, patience, absolutely. Tesla has smoked me already this morning. Oh man, no, don't tell me that. Well, how you traded it? I mean, it's
Tesla.
It has
doesn't
some.
look like it was easy.
Yeah, it has some good moves, but the timing has to be too perfect for it to make it worth your while, right? So, yeah, it's a little wicky on the 5-minute. Yeah, it's tough. Like, unless you're catching it here, like a V reversal, going from 339 to 344, it's tough because some of the pullbacks are too much to get you out of the trade, unfortunately. UNH. We forgot to look at UNH. What happened? I was betting. I haven't looked at it yet, so I'm gonna look at it. I was betting it was gonna come back. I was betting they're gonna have a bounce. Let's see if that happened, because I believe in these overreactions. Oh, didn't do anything. Looks whack. Looks so bad. So bad.
See, that's why I didn't
So
even
bad.
bother watching it. That was
I'm
my
glad
prediction.
yeah, your prediction is on point. So horrible, man. Look at this, how wicky it is. There's no volume in it. You got the 2.5 in the first initial 5 minute, then it just completely dies down. Yeah, this is back to normal trading. Nothing to see here. We'll wait for the next announcement when it comes to UNH. Nothing to see. Friends, reminder, it is membership day. So definitely hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And yeah, comment good morning, laptop membership in chat, and that gets you into the drawing that Andrew's going to do a little bit later. So membership, yes, comment on there. We appreciate it very, very much. How many likes do we have? I think 400 should be our goal every day. I think 400 is it's not enough.
Whatever the number
look
is.
right now. Whatever number is not enough. I said 400. I lied. That's way too low. We're already at 360. Let's do 500. We could do 500. Yeah. You guys are strong enough to do that. I know it.
We need enough for Andrew to get excited to start giving away stuff.
Yeah. And again, we'll remind him. He did mention he was giving away 2 or 3 things today to make up for the weeks that he didn't. He was not able to join. So he was traveling. He was in China, right? He was traveling in China, and then he was. And then he was, the time zone change and everything, just couldn't make it to some of the morning sessions. Don't have a good computer to trade, so computer, please. We'll see.
No.
I would like this 4284. That would be epic on this trade. That would be awesome.
Membership, ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
All right.
417, 418. I'm gonna hit it myself. 419. Those are the likes so far.
I hit it too.
You hit it too? See, even we forget to do it. It happens. This is why we got to remind people, because you just log in, you do your thing, get your coffee, get your setup. We start trading and talking with each other, and we just forget to hit the like. So it happens. Let me not be greedy. I know I want that 4284, but I'm gonna take a partial now. Let's not be greedy.
Carlos.
These levels are an area.
Patience.
I know. I knew he was gonna tell me that one.
Well, it's easier for me to say from the sidelines over here, but it is still true.
It's like the coach. Somebody's getting beat up in boxing. You got this. I'm like, yeah. Easy for the coach to say, sitting on the sideline while his fighter's getting his butt kicked. Oh man, good stuff. 43. What is Andrew showing? His TWA. What is this? It's options. Is he in the new one? Does he open up another option, or?
I think he's just looking at what his options are with options.
Oh. Okay. There you go. All right. So partially here on 343, 20, 30 actually. We're trying to see if I can get lower, and we'll just be we'll be patient here. I'm similar to Carlos. If I don't pull profits, I will lose my mind. Yeah, I do pull. Listen, if on every trade I can hold on to at least 2-3 hours, yeah, that'll be awesome. But I can't, man. I gotta take the partials.
Yeah, look, you got to do what you got to do. I get that, right?
Yeah,
you got to do what's right for your psychology. You just don't want to sacrifice your long-term earning potential.
Exactly.
For the sake of nervousness. Okay. So
absolutely. Apple breaking above VWAP and previous day close. Um, so yeah, so there might be a play there. Tesla coming back up. So we'll see. Is that a healthy pullback on OKLO? OKLO, like you mean this one here? We'll have to hold here. It could be. If we hold here and are able to go higher, and the 5 minute looks great. It looks like a really nice pullback. Buyers are starting to come in here. Let's see if that's going to stick. And then I would like to see, me personally, higher highs, higher lows, right? So I would like to see like a confirmation that we are actually pulling back and then not just turning around. So if you want to join this long, you know, if you get that confirmation, it could be good to see that here. So SMCI reversal play, absolutely not. Absolutely not. SMCI reversal play, absolutely not, because I'm short. Yes, it could be. If you look at the 5 minute, right, if you start making higher highs here, again, if you start changing the direction, it could be going the other way. And that's what I'm looking for. Like if we stop making these lower lows, then yeah, I'm going to get out of the trade. I'm not bringing it back to my break-even point, which is all the way up here. We're not doing that. So, and actually right now, it looks like we're doing higher highs, higher lows. So I might take another defensive partial. I still have a lot of shares on this thing. So I don't want to, these are all just 10% partials right now. So I don't want to bring back a whole lot. And if this candle doesn't close somewhat red and it closes green, then I might just bail on the trade. We'll see. See how we do here. Yeah, it looks very strong here actually. We'll take another partial. I just don't want to bring a lot of shares back. Instant ban. Who's getting banned? Who's getting banned?
Who's getting banned? All right, NU looks like it's hit a top here and pulling back a little bit.
MU and NU.
N.
Yep, Nancy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uniform, unicorn, unit.
Yes. Very good. That's good. I like that. I like that comment. This is for you, Peter. SMCI. All right, we're
gonna. Okay. All right. Thanks.
Let's see here. Did we get 500? 453. 47.
It's the TEDx shirt. That must be what's doing it.
Yeah. That's such an awesome event, man.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Exhausting to put on.
Exhausting, yeah, because really cool, you were up there and talking and running around, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah. But it was cool. It was just such a great event.
Yeah. It's very nice. Tesla setup. Let's take a look. Tesla. Yeah, that did do it there. So you got the breakout, pullback, and then the confirmation. Not as clean though, because you can also use this as the breakout. Like it's so close, so you can even use this as the breakout. But yeah, you do got that pattern around this area.
Tesla's bouncing back. Apple's not doing much.
Let's see here. Yeah, I see a lot of you guys called it out. I missed it. Sorry, guys. Yeah, you guys called out the Tesla breakout above the VWAP. So hopefully you took it. But you're right. That is our play there right here. And again, not the cleanest, but I think good enough with a good risk to reward that you could have traded this long here. So hopefully you guys joined that.
Carlos, you're starting to get into a good position here in SMCI for a potential all-day play.
Yeah.
If there's any consolation, by the way, you are you're short with Jared. Jared's also
Oh,
short.
Jared. Oh, yeah. The guy's a great trader. If he's short, I'm in good company.
So,
Very nice.
uh, but your entry is right about where VWAP is. So
Mm-hmm.
if the VWAP can start to move below your entry, to me those are always great trades
Oh,
because then you can sort of
yes.
sit
Yeah.
on this and you're sort of good for all day potentially,
Yes.
depending on
Agreed.
what happens, of course. But
Agree. So like right over here, we're right on. If we can go lower
yeah,
and
you're
get
just
into a
right,
nice
not
trend, yeah,
exactly. You don't have enough room
that
to be comfortable yet, but if you can get
right.
there, then you can just let this thing run and just put it on auto manage, set up a range order. That's what I like
Mm-hmm.
to do, anyways. Just see what you can get out of it.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. We need to another low here to 43 will be perfect. Would definitely help that trend
Yeah.
get lower here. Let's see if we can get it. Let's see. And I still have enough that it'll be worth our while if we can get a couple of bucks lower. Really, I mean, not a couple of bucks, like maybe a dollar or two, would really be nice.
Mhm.
Um, Tesla's trying to work above the VWAP. Coin reversal. Coin was great yesterday, like many tickers, but coin was one of them. Yeah, coin above the VWAP here. Volume is a little weird though on a coin. You took a morning nap with the doggies, Ambio? Wait, is that you wake up, walk the dogs, and came back to bed? I don't know if that's a nap. It's kind of like a continuation. It's a continuation of
It's
of
funny.
the
Andrew's
overnight
talking about the
sleep.
Big Short in the
The
in the
movie?
chat room.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's saying he feels he resembles Brad Pitt's character, who was that sort of crazy trader who quit Wall
Yeah, yeah.
Street. And if you remember, he had just had sort of a smaller role in it. But
Yeah, yeah. Let's take a look at Google. What do we have here? Yeah, it's I don't know what it's doing here. It looks very, very strange. Roboted like price action on Google, right? Like it's very low volume and then just very, very interesting pattern on the 1 minute. Not sure what to think about that. What do you like about this one? Who mentioned this? Sarah, what do you like about this one? Google. What are you thinking?
oh, apparently Trump is speaking right now.
Uh-oh.
We could get some market reaction. I don't know. This
Hold
could be either
on.
good for you or bad for you, Carlos. This is a
It's,
wild
pro-
card.
it's
Trading
probably gonna
wild
be
card.
bad because lately all he's been giving is good news. So
Huh.
everything he's been saying, the market's been loving it. So this might not be good for
Well,
me. Let's see.
yeah, yeah. We'll see.
Um, is he still overseas or is he back?
I don't know. I think he's still overseas.
I know he's going for 3 days. Um, Overseas, Ben? Okay. PLTR back to VWAP. The candles are not overlapping. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, on the Google one. Yeah, it's very weird candles because there's like there's no wicks like this and every single one. So it's very weird. Like each candle closes, the other one opens, continues. So it's very strange price action. You don't see that a lot. But I don't see my play here on this one. So I don't see it. SMCI. Oh yeah. See. Well, what is the president saying? You're messing up my trade.
You're messing up my trade.
Messing up my trade, man.
I don't see any actual reporting of the statement.
Okay, looks like it's over. Can we go back down? Um, Man looks good for his age, man. Looks very, very, very well. Moving very well. I see him walking around here with the rest of his peers. Not bad. It's a lot of people that cannot hold that job at that age. That is tough. Need a pullback for an entry on Tesla. Okay, see things are coming back down. I'm glad I waited. I was ready to pull the trigger on this thing, but it's coming back down here, so that's good. So yeah, Sarah, to finish off on your comment here, yeah, I can see what you're looking at, how clean he looks. I don't know if necessarily this is good or bad. I think part of it is because just the lack of volume for this stock, and I find I find Google to be one of the, it's Google and sometimes Meta, not always, but Google and Meta, these two, out of the Max 7 are usually the toughest one. But usually, for me, Google Alphabet is tough. I find it difficult. It's something with the price action. So I usually don't have it on my list. Because the funny thing is when they're moving, unless they have news, like they had that big news of what was it they had a couple of days ago? They had was it the lawsuit? I forgot what it was. It was something big. It dropped them a lot. That's a whole different story. Look how much volume you got here on the daily. When that happens, it's definitely in play. And it's very, very much tradable. Meta had the same thing. It must have been something with ads. I can't remember what the drop was. But yeah, I find them tough to trade. All right, let's see here. So Qatar is putting in a new Boeing order, largest in history. What was going on? Oh, that's why Boeing is reacting. So they announced a new order for Boeing from Qatar. Nice. See Boeing. This stock. I was talking to Melanie earlier in chat. This stock is just unreal. Look at, he's sitting at 130 just in April. All kinds of bad news, and now right back up 205. I think Melanie, she mentioned she's in long around 175, so good for her. She's on a swing trade on this, so very nice. But yeah, this stock is so resilient, man. It's wild, wild how good it is. Yes, that was the headline. Thank you. That was the headline for Google. It was people using Chat GPT more than Google itself for searches, and obviously their biggest thing is searches, right? So yeah, that was the headline. Thank you for reminding me. There was like a slowdown on searches on Google compared to Chat GPT or something like that.
You know, yeah, I don't trust these AI for searches. Admittedly, I know a lot of people love to use it because you can put in all sorts of criteria. It depends what you're doing. If you're just looking for some casual information, right? Who starred in what movie, to make it easier. But if you're actually trying to get like data you're going to rely on to make a decision for something, then you got to be careful. I've just seen too many instances where AI will make up answers.
Yeah.
Tell you what you want to hear.
It's great to kind of cut through some of the noise. Like even if you do a simple search, it'll cut through a lot of the links that you get from Google. Like Google's going to throw everything at you, right? Then you got to decide, go through and see, okay, this is the one I want. I do find it useful for certain things, but you're right. If I'm doing like a research paper, yeah, I'm not using that. or use it and then ask for the sources and then go check out those sources. So it can be a good, helpful tool. But you
Right.
got to go check the sources on where they're. And they started
Yeah.
doing that now at the bottom. They start putting the sources of where they got their information from. I sometimes even tell it, like, give me all information on this ticker. Only use Bloomberg and reputable sites. And it does a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Slow day for you. Yeah, things are leveling out as far as movement, right? If you look at PLTR, big pop, slow down right now on the 1 minute, especially you can see it. So it's just kind of going sideways. OKLO's coming back down. Tesla, on the other hand, you've been getting some moves. They're not clean and easy, but yeah, things are starting to just kind of move sideways a bit here, including my trade. SMCI starting to just kind of head sideways. So a little bit of a pause. Apple is a definition of sideways with their barcode type 1 minute chart here. I mean, this is sideways as it can get here. So yeah, a little bit of pause for now. Nvidia seems to be on a nice downtrend. UNH not really in play, but yeah. Oh, what did HIMS do? Nobody talked about HIMS, and you guys didn't call it out, so maybe
it's down at the low of the day right now, so it's moved.
Didn't really give us an explode. I mean, you can expect this thing to be explosive every single day. I mean, look at this daily, right? It can't do this every day. I mean, it can. Oh, that's not daily. Daily actually looks much better. Here it is. It can, but you expect some pullback and some sideways at times. You're seeing that here. Chip stocks ahead for the 6th day in of gains. Yeah. Yes. Do people use AI to search for product? I still use normal search engine for stuff. How do we use it? We used it for, my son had got this allergic reaction to some ingredient that we tried, right? So I took a picture, but I forgot to actually look it up. So I just put in the name of the thing, and I told to give me like all the allergens that are on this, right? And does a good job of breaking that down. Obviously, do your research after, but it did a good job of doing that. So it's good for certain products and things. Like if you want a little more detail, it's really good for that, right? So
in terms of the market is settling here after the open action.
For contracts, like do this. Take your Verizon contract and just copy and paste it all in there, and hey, summarize this for me. Give me the stuff I should be aware about, I should be concerned with, and it'll give you nice bullet points of everything instead of you reading 40 pages, right? So stuff like that is useful. Couple of cool stuff you could do with it. Yeah, we're getting into chat fest, Ben. There's no question. BA, another move. BA, yeah, try to get going here. UNH, yes, we could check it. Let's see. It's not doing anything. I don't think it's really. This is just gonna go back, like Peter said, to his regular, choppy, not really active trading, right? Into the next big headline comes out. So. And that will be. Did they get a new CEO already? Did they announce it right away or no? Or did they probably announced a temp CEO until they find a new one? So once they do that, that'll probably be another headline that will do well. Especially if it's a name that's recognized in the industry, I guess. I don't know nothing about healthcare, so not sure what that will be. But yeah, it's pretty bad. It's really choppy. Nothing to see here right now.
Nothing to see here.
SMCI, yeah, it's back at VWAP, but it's not the same VWAP that it was at this VWAP, right? So, like Peter said, right, it's been coming down, coming down, coming down. So it's not the same as when I got in here, as it's pulling lower, but it is not making a new low, barely making a new high. So we just gotta be patient with it. I took out enough that I can sit and wait on it and see if we can get to a lower downtrend on this thing. Still no trade for this morning. That's all right, chill blog. That's okay. You know, some days are like that. Some days are like that. As long as you don't force it, wait for your setup. That's all you need. China suspends, scraps an unreliable list of policies on some U.S. COS. What is U.S. COS? Cosmetic? Well, what is that?
COS?
Yeah, U.S. COS dot consumer.
Huh. Where are you reading this?
Bloomberg. Here. I don't know what that is. What is that? COS. Oh, I just took it off the screen. Let's see if they bring it back. Control over. There it is. US COS. What? I don't know what that is.
Huh.
Anybody knows? I love this setup from Bloomberg. We should get something like this, man. This is nice. Like you got the little charts there. Let me make it full screen for you. This is very, very clean. I really like the way they did this. How do I make this bigger? It's a way to make it bigger, but it's not working for me right now. I broke something. Oh, we're going into ads. I broke something.
I broke it. I broke it. Broke the news.
Yep. Companies? Why not? Yeah, but companies would be just CO. Like, CO is for company. CO dot. Cost of service. Ben got it. Cost of service. Okay. Very good. Very good. All right, it's quiet. There's not a whole lot happening, friends. I'll tell you what will be happening is giveaway today. That's happening. So Andrew will be on a little bit later in about 10 minutes or so, giving you away some stuff for you guys. So the way to join that giveaway is, again, subscribe, hit that thumbs up, and comment. And don't forget to do it, because I noticed that if you notice, like there'll be like 900 viewers, and then the participants are only like 750. So I know there's like a couple of people that didn't do that process. So the thing's not gonna pick you up, right? So I guess some people don't want to win, but I want to win. I don't need a membership, but I want to win. It's just about winning, bragging rights. So I want my name to come up. Let me type membership myself just in case. There we go. I want to be in the drawing. So let's do this. Nvidia did another new low on the day. So we'll see where it goes. Apple. Did that Tesla trade work out? No, I didn't. I mean, you probably got a partial. Or actually, no, you got more. You got one or two. That's 340 all the way to 344. You definitely should have taken something. That's a $3 move, right? And then it just slams back down. But you did get some kind of a breakout there. If you took that, you guys were calling out this VWAP breakout. So if you guys took that, you should have done very well. SMCI. Stuck sideways. Tesla got a partial, then missed my stop on the way down and red. Yeah. At least you got a partial on it, but Should have been a good partial though. I mean, it's 344. It's a $3 move. That's a big move on a stock like this. Now look at some IPOs for you, Peter. eToro is going on. eToro Group's U.S. shares indicated at 59.50. Is that today?
Oh. No, ANTA is the only one I had targeted here, which is, I don't know what the name of that company is. It's not open yet.
Okay. Looks like eToro is trying to do some stuff.
Your SMCI is really flattened out here, hasn't it?
Which one?
Your trade,
SMCI? Oh, yeah. No, it's dead. It's dead. I mean, it's like everything's going sideways. But this one's going sideways and like slightly higher every time, right? So you can see here, a little bit higher, just about the same area. But then you're seeing like lower highs. So we'd like to see this stay lower, or else you might just get a nice pop above the VWAP. Yeah, it's just like everything. It's just everything's gone pretty flat right now. Bloomberg doesn't employ ugly females percenters, huh? Unless they're... No, that's not true. That's not true. That is not true. You think this guy right here would look good if he wasn't in shape? Look at this guy. Yeah, you think he'll look fine? It's not about that. I think these people take care of their appearance, right? That's the thing. Like, if you know you're going to be a TV person, you kind of take care of your appearance a little bit. So I think that's more of the game here. And you think she'll look okay if she was 50 pounds over? Well, she's fine. Take care of her appearance. That's what happens. So I want to think they hire people that know they're going to be on TV and just take care of themselves, dress well. That's what they keep me and Peter on YouTube and not on regular TV. All right, I am out of SMCI. Looks like it's going to go higher here. So not a bad trade. I'm happy with the outcome. Wanted more. Wanted that 42.84, but we did pretty good on this one. As it moves higher above the VWAP. Exactly, VL. Exactly. Yes, we got faces for radio. We belong in radio. Absolutely.
No, I definitely have the face for radio. So.
Let's see here. But yeah, all right, man. SMCI is pushing up pretty good here. Pretty good.
SMCI is coming back to the VWAP, but it still should be below. Oh, did you get out?
No, I'm out.
You're out.
I did not buy more. I'm out. I covered everything.
Yeah. Patience.
No. I am out.
You're not waiting for anybody, eh? You're just like, done.
I'm not waiting. No. That's it. I'm good. I don't want to come back to my break even. My break even is just slightly above 44.93. So we took out the rest down here. All right, let's see. If it continues like this, might actually be a good long if it can regain the VWAP and kind of settle above that. I mean, this stock is up 15%, 14% now. So it is a strong ticker today. You might be done with the initial sell-off, but it'll need the help from like the overall market and all these other guys to kind of get going, I would think. But yeah. No, I am. Let me show you. I was short PLTR. I'm not long, guys. So this is just partials, right? Let me show you on a bigger thing. Some people are saying, "Hey, am I long?" I'm not long. It's been so long since we've been talking about it. You think I'm long, but look, here's my first short. Right? Can you see that? Yeah. So it got stopped out above the VWAP. Went back in when we regained the view up again, and technically, the better entry would have been wait for this setup, right? The pullback, get in on this candle. This is a better confirmation that we are going to hold the VWAP. That's what we did here. Didn't work out. Obviously came back. That's okay. That's not always going to work, but the better entry would have been there. Then partial, 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 partial. We wanted 42.84, but we said, hey, let's not get greedy. Let's take a partial here. I'm glad I did. Another partial, and then all out here. So that's how we traded it. It's a good trade. Good trade. We got in at 45, down to 43.50 on our lowest partial. Can't complain about that. Cover the loss. That's always great. And Mesa, that's what you want to do, right? You want your winners to cover your losers, and if you can make some profit on top of that, great. It works. The numbers got to work.
Everybody.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I am good, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Doing great. I'm
How
with
was your
Peter.
trading day?
How can I not be great when I'm trading with Peter, man?
You've been trading. I'm just watching.
We traded
Yeah.
SMCI today. We took a short off the VWAP here. Got stopped out the first time back in, and then that one worked out pretty nice. So
Oh,
that was
nice.
a
SMCI
trade for
short,
today.
huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Very nice. So we traded, I traded Nvidia and AMD for a very nice rip at the open.
Hmm.
And we made some very decent profit. I don't know about Brian. Uh,
Yep. I
Brian,
traded OKLO.
OKLO.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Got that
Interesting.
breakout at the open. It was looking very promising right just before the open.
Yeah, so they for me was pretty
So
good. So we did $25,500 realized PNL, and I was messing around a little bit with this my options and covered calls. So you see, I have 13,000 shares of VOO, and then I sold 130 covered calls on them, which they're really negative. And I was trying to roll them over. So their expiry is this Friday. And I did manage to figure out how to roll them over eventually, but the problem is I haven't got filled yet. So yeah, I haven't got filled yet. So the way that it is, I try to roll them to July 18 for May 2025, 525, but I haven't got filled. So I don't know what to do. Maybe that's something that I need to learn a little bit. I don't know if I press 350, am I gonna get filled immediately or not?
350. Wow, the bid and the ask are quite. Is that the bid and the
Um,
ask? 350 and 920?
for this particular row diagonal that I put, yes.
Oh,
Yeah. So, and also there's a big quantity. So, and I didn't know that actually this is apparently is creating new option chain. I thought that is actually, do this and the other one, but apparently it's not like that. It has to fill at the same time. So, therefore, you may not really get filled. So, if you think you're going to get filled, it's not really that easy. So, it's better not to stuck in situation for the first place. All right.
all right.
All right.
Yeah, we can do membership today. That's yeah, I did press the hit the transit. It says order transit.
SMCI looks like actually I did a short on SMCI. I was looking to hopefully get to 4250, but didn't quite get down there. Still made some money on the short by partialing. Did anyone else trade OKLO at the open? It was a really nice breakout.
OKLO was what's the news on OKLO? Was that the earning?
Yeah, it had earnings
Yeah,
last
they had
night.
earnings last night.
So Mohammed is asking, how do you decide to take partials? So essentially, when you're trading partials, let me show you, for example, my NVIDIA trade. You guys can see my screen as well. So the NVIDIA trade, so when I went long as a 1 minute open range breakup, my stop loss was somewhere around below the VWAP, so very close to what we're seeing right now. So maybe like in the middle of this candlestick. And when it pops up to the main level, or at least moves up to the first partial that you had, then so a stop loss that you have, you should start partialing like maybe 10%, 10%, 10%. In this case, I got a very nice like 5R on this, and by the top up there, I was mostly out of my position. So um, generally, but what you don't want to do is you don't want to partial too early, too fast, and too much. Yeah,
Yeah, I
that
wouldn't want
is
to,
vision.
especially on a day like today. It tends to be choppy, so you want to keep your trades profitable, green. So when you get up to about 2R, it'll be a good time to partial some. We're really getting choppy. We're Qs have really not moved at all since for the last half hour, just chopped up and down. Same with the SPY. It's been almost an hour. We really haven't done anything, which isn't surprising. I mean, we've had a couple of really strong days, so this is not unexpected to see that we're just kind of traveling sideways here. Oh boy, yeah, OKLO short. That'd be a tough short to be stuck in. It's got a relatively high short interest. I think it's around 20%. I mean, just like my trade yesterday, um, the way this set up is, always just watching the action in the last couple minutes. And OKLO set up really nicely as a long. You could just tell in the last, 3 or 4 minutes going into the open, we were gapping up, and we'd had some strength around 9:10, and then just prior to the open, those last 2 minutes, we kind of broke out to a new pre-market high. So showed the buyers were there. So basically, a little bit of a pullback at the open, some profit taking, but really just didn't even drop to the VWAP, just kind of held, and then just started to take off. So entry right above pre-market high would have been the best. It took me I was short Tesla at the time, so it took me a little bit longer to see that trade and get into it. Oh, thanks, Ambio. I don't. Yeah, Don't know if I'd be the best trader ever, but try to keep it relatively simple. Well, yeah, taking profits too early. I mean, basically, that's one of the challenges you face as a trader. You have the mentality that you know it's human nature to avoid pain. So as soon as you're profitable, you look at the trade and think, oh, I don't want to watch this thing. You know, I don't want to watch my profits all erode away, and even worse, go negative. So there's this impulse to try to take profits as soon as you're profitable, but you've got to, basically you look at where you're going to get out, or where you think some logical places to take profits. And it could be areas
Yeah.
where there's a lot of liquidity, like at whole numbers. Like with OKLO, I was partialing at 37, 38. Didn't get the 39 because I kind of felt like it was getting toppy. And you look at areas like your Camarilla pivots as well.
Oh, sorry about that.
Everything's kind of nothing's moving much. PLTR flatlining. HIMS is selling off a little bit.
How's the Bitcoin doing? 104, huh? All right. So today's Wednesday, guy. We're gonna give away one membership. So depending on what do we want? Membership. So we usually give 1 year of membership, but because of the tariffs, 100% tariff, so it will be 6 months. Uh, just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah, OKLO short interest is 15%.
Tariffs are down to 35%. That's fair. That's fair. They're exempt. Memberships is exempt from the tariffs.
Memberships are exempt. It's not like a 10% across the board.
Oh, so yeah, we do the membership in 15 minutes.
Hmm. OKLO is kind of creeping back up here. It's at the View app again.
AMD. Wow, AMD completely rolled over. Any question, guys? Anything to discuss? Seems that the market really doesn't do much. So, if there's any.
Oh,
How was my day? My day was pretty good, Timokano. So I had one trade on AMD and one trade on Nvidia, both at the same time. So um, that's that's for sure. That was a great trading day for me. 25,500. Essentially, both of them were the same trade and same pattern. I could have done SOXL too, huh? SOXL, yeah, it would have been very similar to SOXL as well because just the whole thing rallied. Um, So AMD chart, Lauren. So AMD trade, yeah, so this is my AMD trade. So this is the pre-market. Again, test the VWAP. As soon as it came above the VWAP, so realize that, okay, I went for a 1 minute range breakup, put a stop loss somewhere near the VWAP. I got a partial fill in there. Pressed the market over there, so I got weird fills all the way up to 122.40. SMCI is a buy and sell. Somebody's asking the question, is SMCI a buy and sell? The answer to that is, what time frame are you looking for? Are you looking to buy and sell in 5 minutes or buy and sell in 6 months? Really depends. That question is not accurate for trading. Um, I personally don't
yeah.
see any day trade in it.
Well, it's certainly not I don't see it going anywhere right now. I mean, it seems to be just stuck right at the VWAP. Oh, SPY is starting to sell off a little bit, back down to PDC. It's bounced here
Yeah.
before, so
Do HIMS continue to rally or not? Um, HIMS is now gapping down. These stocks have this is what we call the meme stock behavior. The meme stock
yeah,
behavior is something that um,
defies fundamental explanation. It is up pretty
exact-
close to
thanks
its
for the wording.
all-time high. It's
That's exactly what I wanted to say. Brian articulated much better. But the situation here is that they usually, lose all the steam. So as you see here, HIMS back in January, I think, or February, they had this massive run. It's very similar to that time. So you have this massive run and eventually loses steam. Again, is it 100% going to go down? That's a $1 billion question. Anybody who knows the answer to that can become a billionaire overnight, but you don't know. That's the beauty of financial market, is that you don't know.
the I think the one of the reasons that it just ripped higher here is that it is a very highly shorted stock. So the float is about 34% shorted. So that's the tradable shares. So about a third of the shares are short. So when you get a strong rally like we got over the last week or so, not only are people jumping in and buying this thing long for the first time, you've got people that are essentially getting squeezed. They've got a short position on, and they're, maybe even being forced to cover their short. So you've got double the buying, if you want to call it that. So you get some pretty crazy moves when you get like a short squeeze like this is. So the only thing is you have
Yeah.
to be careful about the when you see short interest or short float on various websites, you just know that number is probably not completely up to date because they only up they only update it every second week or month. So depending on which market it is. So this number that you see on your screen or if you see on a website, it's may not be entirely accurate. But one thing for sure is Hims does have a high short interest.
Um, Somebody asked, so this mean behavior is technical and is not fundamental. So it's a new pattern that we call it the social, chart, social behavior. Like it happened to GameStop, happened to Hemes, it happens to AMC. So it's a new phenomena in the last 5 years after pandemic that a lot of these retail traders, individual traders through either YouTube or Roaring Kitty, forums and stuff, they just jump over these stocks with high short interest and typically lower floats, and then you can create these kind of moves and momentums. Like altcoins, like shitcoins and stuff, they're all very similar behavior. So it's a new pattern. So they're essentially not technical analysis either, because they're really not following any mathematical formula. Technical analysis is all about mathematics, um, but this one is completely.
Yeah. And the other thing too, yeah, when you talk about the options market and some of the behavior of these prices, I mean, if there's been a lot of an increase in options trading. So if you get, if you get some options that are pretty far out of the money, and they start getting closer to that strike, then market makers also have to jump in and manage their risk with their options. So you can get what's called a gamma squeeze in option trading, and so that can actually add to the buying frenzy too. And that's what basically happened, as Andrew said, with GameStop and AMC, people trading options and market makers having to hedge their positions because they are the ones that are writing a lot of the options contracts, and they always have to manage their risk by owning the underlying if they're writing them. So Qs are starting to get back to the high of day. Looks like we're trying to break out of a bit of a trading range here now. How do you figure out where to set your stop loss on a swing trade? Well, it's basically, you've got to look at the various levels where, you're going to stop out. Like if you look at the HIMS chart, HIMS did a really nice double bottom on a daily. Um, so if you were trading that as a double bottom, um, and you picked up that second bottom and started to see it move back up, then your stop would be around 25. And that would be based on sort of a bottom around mid-April. So it really depends on what pattern you're trading or what your trading plan is. Basically, you set levels And then you can also determine where you might take some profits. Like on this HIMS trade, you'd if you'd picked it up at 25, if you'd seen it at 25 as a double bottom, 24.50 maybe your stop. And yeah, I could see 38 dollars, somewhere around 38-40 dollars as being place to take some profits. But it just it really took off.
Accuser,
SMCI is starting to break out.
mental
Yeah,
game.
it
You
looks like
still have
SPY is
the.
going to creep up.
You still
What's
have
that?
somebody in the YouTube. They said that he still has the GME swing. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
GME. Yeah.
nice.
What an area it was. What an environment.
This GME trading at $29.
Yeah.
That goes back years. Although last year it traded, what did it trade up to here? Traded up as high as 48.
Yeah, we had one squeeze back in last year, May, when we went up to 65 again.
Yeah. Hmm.
Hmm.
Tesla's looking like it's starting to head lower, which would be it's not exactly where the market's headed.
Gary, what are you trading? Stop. You're long Tesla or short Tesla?
Be short. Yeah, Tesla's breaking down a bit, but this is an area where it's had a lot of support, so I wouldn't be overly aggressive on a short here. It's been finding some support in this 339 area. It kind of looks like OKLO is getting ready to break out again. It's making a bit of an ascending wedge in terms of a pattern here. So 37 is resistance, and then you've got a series of higher lows. I'm not keen on taking that trade, but at this point,
Yeah, it's 11 a.m. And what I noticed that except that really nice trade at the open, there's not much going on.
no,
So there is not much going on. Like market really had two massive day.
yeah, big party and now a hangover.
Now hangover. Ba-da-ba. All right. So are you ready, guys, for a membership? 1 year elite membership going on for some of you amazing members who are watching us. That would be amazing to see. Are you guys here? Yes? All right, so in that case,
Click, click, click.
let's do this.
There we go.
Thank you guys for following us. Thank you for sharing your journey with us. That's amazing. Let's do that. Make sure that you have to like and subscribe. Oh, all right, there we go. Let's see who's gonna get 1 year membership. Boom, Hatata Butata, if that's a real name.
All right.
That's a real name or not, but congratulations.
Congratulations.
Ooh, Hatata Butata. Hatata Butata. Do we have Hatata Butata? Or we just made that thing up? All right, so it's 11. It is 11. What we're gonna do is we're gonna hand it over in the chat room to Thor in YouTube. Is Paris coming in YouTube?
Yeah, he is.
Usually
Oh,
does.
perfect. Yeah, perfect. Paris, what did you trade? Share in the chat room. Shorted PLTR and Tesla. Show me your trades in the chat room. Where did you short Tesla from? From the higher pre-market?
Hmm.
Paris. Paris, I'm one of your biggest fan. Hopefully, I can turn around your head one day like this.
Yeah. He's
Like I go into your
got it all
ceiling and
figured
just
out.
turn around.
This thing and PLTR, I
Wow.
shot it 2 times.
Wow, it's great trading. Great. Thor, what did you trade? Oh, Thor, you traded AMD opening range breakout like us. Oh, Thor, we're turning Thor from a VPA trader to opening range breakout trader. Welcome to the gang, to the cult. All right, guys, I'm gonna head over and I'll see you soon, guys.
See you guys.
Awesome.
Hope everybody had a good morning. We'll talk to y'all later. See you, Paris.
Thank you, Brian. See
Paris,
you.
look forward to seeing you. I hear you're going to be in Vancouver.
Yes, yes. I'll be flying on
Awesome.
Sunday, so I'll see you the next week.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Look forward to it. All right.
Okay, so let me share my screen, guys. I'm also short SPY right now. I'm also short SPY. I had a fantastic day overall. Let me go to YouTube. Ah, beauty, beauty. SPY is selling off. And man, this PLTR, let me show what I have. So let me share my screen, guys. I don't think I'm sharing my screen. So let me share my screen. This is 3. I am selecting. Oh, this is the one, 3. Okay. So you guys should be able to see my screen. Oh, wow. SPY, guys, SPY. What a sell-off. Boom. And I have to show you the SPY trade, man. This is insane. Wow. Boom. Man, this is crazy. This is like what an entry. This turned out to be a very, very good trade. Man, that the Tesla and PLTR literally wanted to stop me out and completely go in my favor. So I'm gonna showcase on what I did on. Okay, now things are selling off aggressively. Boom, 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 boom. One more push to the downside. Okay. One more push to the downside. Push, 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 push. 585. One more push. Come on. Break that. Downside. Push. One more. One more. One more. One more push. Oh, okay. It's buying here. It's buying here. Let's see. So I traded Tesla at the open. Man, I traded a couple of times here also. I was trying to short it. Let me bring up the Epic pen. I was trying to short the 341. And had I held it, I would have been in such a great trade. Okay, so SPY is selling off. Good. So SPY is going down. One push to the downside SPY. I would one more push to the downside. One more push, push, push to the downside. Let's see if it pushes. So let's see. Tesla is selling off. PLTR, that idiot stock. I would have been riding that boat on PLTR too. Come on, one more push SPY. Okay, it's not pushing down. So 585.80 is holding. 585.80 is the buyer. But let's see if it gives us a chance to sell off. So I shorted Tesla at the open. I was one of the reasons that I was short on Tesla was that it was rallied really much. And Tesla has a character, guys. I don't know people know this, but Tesla has never gone to 350 in one day, in day one. Never, ever. Like every single time it has tried to come back, go to 350, it has always found resistance at 346 and 345. And let me show you this. And this is through just the, just the assumption that the price repeats itself, right? Now look at this. In the past, when it tried to come back to 350, you see this? This area, this area, if you go back and look at this is not even 350, it's 346, 345. Never ever. 4 days it tried to break the this thing, and then always 345, 346 found a resistance. So this is back in December, right? Now I'm looking back. So what I'm doing is in the game plan, I'm trying to find how the stock has reacted in the past around that price. So same thing here. If you look at this, when it broke the 350, 350 right here, right? This at this point. So this was the last point where it did. This is the 350 area, right? When it broke this 350, it never came back and retested the 350. It came to 342, 345, right? This area. at this point. And even when trying to bounce here, it rejected the 350 area. Sorry, 345 area. So I was first very simple thought process is Tesla doesn't go to 350 on day one. And when its stocks rallies like that, I'm like, I want to short that stock if it goes to 345, 346. Because it's the momentum is going to be in my favor. The price action has been in the past. The history is going to be in my favor. So I'm going to use that to my advantage, right? And also what is pre-market telling you? A pre-market is telling me that it is gapped up. So, and now look at the last three or four price action. Day one, gap breakout. Day two, gap up, held the price. Day three, real rally. And this is day four, gap up. And when usually I see something like that, it's a very good area to short. So the only thing that I was thinking on Tesla was that 346 area, if it gets rejected, 345 area gets rejected, I would want to short that stock. I don't want to long this stock on this day. So, and even a basic pullback will give you a good movement on the downside. And this is exactly what it did. And in the pre-market, now let's look at the pre-market. Pre-market, what was the stock doing? The stock was popped back up, moved back. This is range. This is the range over range that I talk about, people who know this. So this is the range over range. And then when it sells off and when it bounces back, this is a very good area to short. And I have done this n number of times and my hit rate is very high on this. So that's exactly what I did. And looking back, like, and that's why it's important to understand the thesis behind it, the bigger picture understanding, because looking this way, right, I'm going against the trend. Why is this not going? Yeah. And if you look at this, this is the breakout right here. This is a very good opening range break up, and people would be going long here. Long, 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 long. People getting trapped. But I am thinking it should be a short here. I'm going against the trend. I'm going against the buyers. And you know, I think this was a bad fill. I wanted to exit at this 343. By the time I hit the hotkey, it filled me at this point, 5%, but then I scaled out right here. And then I was adding more for a break of low of the day, added more, and then stopped out break even. So that was unfortunate. I wanted to rally, go down, but this was from 344 to 337. That's close to a $7 move on it, which is, you know, even that pullback gave me a good move. Now, then the next one, when it tries to go high and couldn't go high. So now this is what the stock has to tell you what it needs to do. The stock tried to break the high, came back above the VWAP, tried to hold the VWAP, did not make a new high. Let's zoom in a little bit. There's a delay in my chart. So when it came back up, and then ideally it should hold here and then step up, and then go higher and for the break of high. It did not. It actually failed, pulled back, consolidated, and now I'm okay. This is a very good area to short to the area. 341, 341.50. But every single time I'm shorting, I was getting a bad fill. So I wasn't like, I want to short at 341, 341.50 area. I don't want to short at, you know, 340. Like this is a tight support and resistance. This is the resistance. This is the support. Ideally, I want to short the resistance and then ride the break of the support. When I'm trying to short at the support, I am not comfortable holding that position. And then, you know, when it tries to chop around, it can easily go up. And this is like $1 up down, right? $1, $1 up down. And if it breaks out against me, then I'm like trapped right there, right? So I like to short the resistance and then looking for the break of support if I'm short biased. And that's my fills were not that great. So I went short, covered some, stopped out break even. I went short, it tried to pop up, then I did not like the price action, the way it was trading, and I stopped out break even. So that's was 2 trades. That was unfortunate. The second one, because that rallied to the downside. Sorry, that sold off to the downside. And then okay, so SPY, Tesla, everything is coming back up. So SPY is that 585.80 was bought back up. The SPY bounced really nice, but let me do one thing. Let me add more here. Let me short more here. Looking to see a rejection again. So I added more on SPY. Looking to see for the break of low of the day might not come in, but maybe pull back to 586.60 area. So let's see if 587 is trying to hold, dropped. Okay, so yeah, I think that was a good ad. So we'll see if it breaks to the downside. Very nice. Break to the downside. Let's see. Break to the downside. I want to showcase PLTR. PLTR was a very good trade, but it just trapped me. What's my break-even point? My break-even is 587.39. So we'll look into that. So PLTR, I was also tried to short 130.50 was an important level for me. And I tried to short at the open, did not, immediately it was lifted and I got stopped out. Nothing wrong with that. Traded the plan, it did not work out, I got stopped out. Nothing. Then it sold off later and it tried to bounce at this area. It came back below 130.50. I started to find where are the sellers taking over. And this is exactly where I found the sellers taking over, 130.150. Go back and watch the tape if you want to get an idea how to find the seller. And then it scales out to the downside. I was like, now it does a pullback and then actually breaks the low of the day. It never did. It tried to drop here, but then stopped me out at break even. But then 130.50 was again an important level for me. When the sellers took over, I started shorting it and then scaled out. This time I was confident that this is going to break the low of the day and go to the previous day close. It never came down. So I added more, pulled back, took some profit, added more, and then my stop loss was literally below 130.50. Ideally, my technical stop loss was above 130.50, but just because I was adding more, my stop loss was literally, and I have to stick to my break-even point. So I literally got out, and then now it is looking for the low of the day. So missed out on this board, on this, but yeah, that's a part of the game, to be honest. It's nothing you can do about it. Sometimes you get trapped like this. Like the second I entered, it popped up like 50 cents, and then I got stopped me out. And sometimes you get these moves on SPY that you don't anticipate. These moves, I was thinking maybe it would drop slowly and then go down, but this move I didn't anticipate this kind of a move, like very quick move for the downside. I was thinking maybe if it tries to consolidate around, like if this is the area, I would want to see it reject and then bounce and then maybe break the high, or if it lows there, then it might step down and then go lower. But this breakout, sometimes you get lucky on this. Okay, so those were my trades, guys. I can take up any questions. So is it So the confidence to short SPY was that this, first of all, the character of a stock or a character of a SPY has changed. So when it tried to bounce, everything sold off. This was a complete thing. And now it is trying to consolidate at a very tight level. This is the level, 587.80, right? So this is the resistance in this area, correct? Now, there are two possible outcomes. So one is there is one thing that I want to see is when it claims these, when it comes to this area, I want to see strong buying happening for it to break out on that level. If I don't see a strong buying happening, that means that it is going to still consolidate and make it more tighter for it to go up or down. So the idea was that if I short the resistance, if I'm wrong on the trade, I'm risking 20 cents above the resistance. So I'm risking 20 cents, but if this breaks out, I'm actually, if it breaks out to the low of the day, which is 586.40, I'm actually, making $1.50, which is close to, 1:7, 1:8 risk reward, right? And the risk reward was in my favor. If I lose 20 cents, I'm okay with it. But if I can make this, I can actually make 1:7, 1:8 risk reward. And that was the idea, that I'm not losing much. The risk reward is in my favor, and I did not see a lot of buying happening around this area. If I would have seen a lot of buying on the tape, then I wouldn't have taken this. But I did not see a lot of buying happening, and that's why I took that shot. Okay, let's see if it tries to pop up, and see, now it's coming. It tried to hold, and now it's trying to break out at the break even. I'll get out at break even point. Yeah, I think I got out. Yeah. So all out on SPY, that was a good trade. Mohit, I made that yesterday itself. Yesterday was a pretty fantastic day. Today, now I'm up on the week. Pretty good. Even yesterday, I was up on the week. Across the next few candle bars, Tesla was making new higher lows before we were concerned. Why were you confident it will still a short? Bigger picture idea, Lan. I think my bigger picture idea was more on the short side. The risk reward for me was on the short side on Tesla. Now it's going higher. This is the SPY is going higher. They're trying to trap all the shorts who are trying to short below 586.50. Now the shorts get trapped. It's going to squeeze to the effect. Now you will see, now you'll see usually here, if it comes up, this is the area where you would start seeing increase in the volume. You'll see where is the epic pen? Did I close it? Okay. So you'll start seeing, you see this volume increase right here. This is usually a volume increase, and you want to see a continuation on the volume increase. You don't want to see just one volume and just done. It's like, no, you want to see some continuous volume because you need energy to break a resistance. You need energy to break the support. If you don't have it, and what is energy? Energy is volume. And the more volume that you see, now you see the average volume was close to 60,000 shares, 70,000 shares. Now we are averaging around 143, 145,000 shares, which is a good signal to get it that the volume is trying to participate, and maybe the chances are, if you can manage your risk reward, it can break out of the level which is trying to hold. But do I want to take this trade? Because risk reward wise, it's not in my favor, because risk reward wise, it has already bounced from 585, held this, and now it's breaking out. If it tries to hold this area, 587 area, maybe a little bit more, then a good long thesis is trying to come up, managing your risk reward. But if it's breaking out like that, like your stop loss would be below 586.80, and then which is close to like 70 cents away from it, which I personally don't like trading like that. Uh, so Sebastian, I'm all out on SPY. My short worked out, and then now it's. I don't usually trade SPY, to be honest. Uh, yeah, this was the area that it was like, okay, I'm not losing anything. Let me take this. So I don't usually trade SPY. Oh, I traded AMD too. Sorry, I traded one more ticker. I traded AMD, but this was such a mess. I wanted to short this. I think Tesla, same thesis everywhere. I wanted to short this, and sometimes you get this, literally stop. I wanted to short right here, and I'm going against the trend. Uh, Took some partial and wasn't sure if it's gonna like this is usually a trap. This is usually goes below the VWAP and then squeezes to the upside. And I did not have that conviction on the short. And then I literally stopped me out and then sold out. That like some of them I missed it. Like today was day of where I the thesis was right, execution was also good, but tried to got chickened out in quite a few trades. Same thing with this. Like I was looking for a scalp or move to the upside very quick. It did pop, but there was no volume on the buying side, like on the tape. Like here, it was a serious seller. Like I don't like it. The second I got in, the second I got out. I think within like few seconds, and that's it. That's exactly what I traded. Now see this volume, guys. The volume is increasing on SPY. So see this volume. So now see this volume increase, that the selling volume increase, then the buying volume is increasing, averaging around 100,000 shares. This might want to be a pullback, and then the buyers would step again and break out of it. No, Jeff, it is not a short anymore. It is not a short. Usually, when a stock sells off like that and pulls back and doesn't sell off again, it's more of a buy. Now this is an area where I would be thinking of going long than short. Long because the SPY or the buyers are not letting the SPY to sell off. They keep buying back up. They keep buying back up. They keep buying back up. Even this time it tried to sell off with and trapping all the buyers. Even after that, the buyers stepped up. That tells you something, that the buyers are not playing around. Buyers want to squeeze the hell out of it and they want to go up higher. So it's more of a long than a short. Now here I want to see a lot of volume increase on SPY. Now the volume, let's see if the buyer jump in. See that? See that? Somebody just bought 50,000 shares, 100,000 shares. Yeah, it's holding. No indication of selling pressure. Now, this is usually a lot of algorithms would trigger a buy this thing, 124,000 shares, because it closed above an important resistance level. But will it have a chance to pull back? Do I like to go enter? No, because it's already popped up. I want to see some pullback, come back within the range, and then hold it higher here and then go higher. If I am interested on a long side. A lot of people try to go long, nothing wrong with that, but that's not my way of trading. My first profit, yeah, I do remember that. And I think I've shared that before as well. My first trade was Momo, and even with like 10 or 20 shares I was making, and it popped up 1 cent, and I was hesitated to get out. And I got out. I made 1 cent on that, 1 or 2 cents. And I was happy. I was very happy. I was like, I got this. And even after like being in the simulator for a little while, like the live hits you differently. And you have a habit of, you know, going back into your brokerage account and looking back the P&L over and over again, multiple times a day. And yeah, I think I've learned over the years that you can never make in this career. I can never say that I made it. Like even today, I don't think I've made it. Like you are growing and you are 1 day away from taking this irrational decision and blowing up your account. So you have to be very, very humble and very disciplined enough to respect your rules, because any day can just, you are consistently profitable year over year, and 1 day you can blow up everything. Like Jesse Livermore, great example, right? Like he was one of the best traders market has ever seen. And what happened? One trade can blow up your account. So, but one thing that I was very happy when I was exposed to the tape, I was very happy, very, very happy, because I could see things in front of me. One of the things that, even today, my mom, my like family members, they don't believe that market is like can be a statistical edge. People like they always like whenever I talk on the phone and they say, "Be careful. It's similar to gambling and don't get into an addiction and all of that," which is true. And they care for me, and they do that. But every single like any of the relatives that come to me and say that, you know what, this is gambling, I'll say, sit with me for 1 hour and I'll show you it's not gambling. Uh, because you can see things in front of you. And one thing I was very particular about, if the second I start feeling that this is gambling, I'll not, I loved it to the core. Like I loved stock market to the, I don't know, I think I'm born to be a part of stock market. Let's say that I was too early to like realize that. And, but I didn't want to gamble. I don't even gamble in casinos either. Like I would go and play for fun. I would go and I do not, and one of the rules that I have in casino is if I go and let us say I have a max limit of losing is $1,000, right? If that $1,000 has made me $10,000 and made me $20,000, I would not get out of the casino until I lose everything all, because I don't want to get into that addiction. I am there for fun. And even though I'm like up 20,000 or 30,000, I would make sure that if I am done on the day or the night, I have to lose everything, because my intention was not to make money. So, Yeah, that's the problem, Tenzin. I think if that was true, then everybody would make money, but not everybody is trading like a profession. Everybody's trading like a gambling. They want to get rich, they want to become millionaire in day one. That's not, it's people want to gamble. They're very happy gambling without knowing or following those tickers or following those alerts that they get. They're happy doing that and putting their money in, believing what other people are saying. But and how many people in the stock market are actually trading as a profession? How many? Are they serious? How many are they serious? Like, I don't think even like 1 or 2%. Everybody in the stock market is, people around me, everybody, oh, can give me a stock that is gonna double its money in a month or tomorrow. They want to trade penny stocks and they want to trade all the low floats garbage, and they are gonna lose money. Like, I would, like, they deserve to lose money, The biggest position I have is Tesla, Humberto, Amanda. You didn't say that if you went to casino with 1K and turn into 10K, that would then lose 10K because you didn't go into an. Yeah, I would lose everything before. Like, I would lose, like, if I'm 30K up, I'll lose 30K and then come out. I'll bet everything in one. Like, if I have to get out. It's very easy to lose money in gambling. Like, it's casinos. See this now, this is the what we were talking about, right? This is a very good chance that stock rallies now it broke out the resistance, became a support, and now it tries to rally. And usually, I think this is the area where AVI gets in. AVI would take a long here if it matches with this Avinachi levels. I think it should. Let's see where the Avinachi levels are. So this is the Avinachi level, uh, right here, and this one. So yeah, yeah, maybe not. Oh, Tesla. Wow. What the hell happened to Tesla? No, would I short it? No, I'm not gonna short it. This is a strong stock. And now, if it's like after rejecting for the first time, pull back and it's coming back up again, this is not the point to short. This is, oh, what a bounce, man. Tesla is a beast. Yeah, it's easy to lose money in the market too. I agree. Very much agree. But in the market, you get to choose when to get in and get out. In casinos, you don't get to choose. Like if you're playing you still have to pay the spread or you have to still pay to be a part of that round if you're playing blackjack or something, poker. Yeah, this is strong, guys. I don't know why I wasn't. I would have loved to go long at 343 area this year for a break of high of the day. This is a very strong signal. Man, now it goes to 350. Yeah, man. And isn't that funny? Like Trump is traveling to all these other countries and it's taking all the top businessmen like Elon Musk and then the guy the Sam Altman and then uh this guy from PLTR. Forgot his name. But he's taking all of these and introducing to all the ministers that these are my top people. How would you start PK? Trade small. If are you outside US or are you in US? Man, this is getting crazy. This has to be a news or something. This is getting crazy. On Tesla. Any news on Tesla? Oh, PK in US. The for a day trading, it's you have to have a minimum of 25K. But yeah, there are some offshore brokers that you can try or try options. This is getting insanely exponential. And Amen used to take those exponential, like the what do you call the wow at 349 drop to 346 in a heartbeat. Yeah, parabolic reversal. I forgot that name. Shira. Yeah, Amen used to take that. Wow. Yeah, a lot of cutting edge technologies of Tesla, and I'm very happy it's going higher. My average is 260 in my long-term account, so which is good. At one point, I was scared. It was below 220. I think membership was already done, Europe. There was a winner too today. Wow, man, Tesla is strong. It's a beast. Very nice, Eric. No, I'm not mad at but like I don't feel bad at all. It's great. That's a great trading. Very nice. Very nice. No, great job, Eric. Very good. Very, very good. Yeah, Ian. I wouldn't like, yeah, risk reward is not in my favor in Tesla right now. The only place I would love to get in would be around 343 or 341, like 341.50 area. Apart from that, not my process. Like this can go to 360 today. I don't like it's not a part of my playbook. And one trade that I have seen, you get good, like people, like things that go parabolic, and when they reject, they always come back. Like this is the area where you can trade, and this is one of the setups that I've seen that repeats multiple times. It goes to an important level, close to like a whole number level, and then reject, and then it always comes back to the when it goes parabolic like this. I've seen that multiple times for that to happen. Now it's going to 350. So really, I'm looking at catalyst. Pre-market routine is all about realizing what the catalyst is. The what are the stocks in play? Every single day, come to my desk maybe like 15-20 minutes before the market open, and understand which stocks, like well, usually what Carlos does, right? Looking for the stocks in play. And Carlos and Peter, they go over the stocks that are in play, have good volume. The idea of a pre-market check or watch list is to find the stocks that have a good or higher chance of moving on that day. That's it. As simple as that. You're only as good as the stocks you trade. So looking for stocks that have a higher probability of moving, that's what are going to be in my watch list. See that? 200,000 shares of Tesla at 350. Will it go to 350? Of course, yeah. It goes to 350. This is 100,000 shares. But there was like as soon as it comes close, there's another 100,000 shares that get added. You'll see it. Let it come close to this. So currently, if you see, there's only 100,000, close to 180,000 shares. Now, see when it comes close to it. Then there'll be orders much, much higher than the 600,000, or sorry, 800,000. 80,000. And then it would be 200,000. Let's see. Let them come close. That is like sometimes I calculate these numbers like 100,000 into 350. Like they have like people have such a big positions trading. You see this? Now as soon as it comes close, there is another 100,000 shares that get added. You'll see it. The orders just keep getting filled. It could be like a spoofing too, but usually it should be happening the other way around. If it's spoofing, then it's usually the stock would uh, uh, the orders would disappear as soon as it comes to the close to the price. It should not appear. And that tells you that the 350 is coming. 350 has a very chance of breaking out. Yeah, Eric, I love you, Tesla. It will blast. Yeah, it will. I am sure too. So I'm looking at, I usually, I think Mudit Lakmani, I am usually watching time and sales. This box, this box, right, this one. I'm watching time and sales because this is the box that doesn't lie. These are real orders that are passing through. This box is the future orders which are sitting in the queue. So I do have an eye on this, which for the orders that are highlighted, if you see anything more than 90 lots get highlighted. Like if you see these are like anything above 90 lots, they're highlighted. So I am watching those lots, and I'm also watching this yellow, the one that I highlighted as yellow. So, but my main focus is on time and sales. These are the real executed orders, and it tells you a lot of information. It's the information that you can get on the data that it's passing through. It's not even funny. It's like you can pinpoint your entries very accurately. And now you're gonna see 349. Let's see if it breaks through 350 this time. Or maybe it takes a little bit of more time, drops to 348, 347, and then goes back again to 350. Yeah, Humberto, there are a lot of concepts. I recommend going through my webinar, or uh, there are some, and I have a full-fledged 15, 16-hour course explaining how to interpret the data that is flying, and with real-time examples. And these real-time examples keep getting updated. I do it every single day of the week. And yeah, so check out the course on Trading Terminal. I think Carlos can share that link. Uh, So Guy, Incognito, it does. It also shows you what is happening. It tells you. And I am not uh, kidding there. I'm serious. It tells you what is happening right now. What is happening in the next instance is what's the uncertainty factor is. But if you want to know what is happening right now, time and sales tells you that. Check out my webinars. And of course, let me share the link, guys, if you interested. Yeah, I just shared the link, guys, with you. Check that out. SPY did not have the. It is still holding the, so 587.75. Yes, Taylor. You also get additional like monthly and mentorship and a separate Discord channel, like a premium channel that you can get access to. But yes. Yeah, and Tesla will try one more time. I think Tesla has a chance to try one more time. Maybe it doesn't come right now, but later in the day, but Tesla has a chance to break the 350. Yes, I'm taking a long on Tesla. Taking a long on Tesla. Let's see if it is trying to hold and pop up higher. The sellers are taking over now at 347. So things are not looking good. I'll have to get out. Looking for a bounce. I was stop loss below 346.50. Boom, 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 boom. Selling some 348. Yeah, this is not good. Ideally, this should have already popped up. This is basically it was just a pop to drop. If it doesn't hold, we are not in a good shape. So my stop loss is below 346.50, but I'm thinking if it doesn't pop here, I'll get out below if it loses 347 again. Okay, I'm out, guys. Don't like it. Okay, guys, I think it's top of the hour. Have a great rest of the day. I think this is going for a little bit deeper pullback before it. You see this? Like sometimes you have to realize that even though before you stop out, you can get out before the momentum was on the downside. Okay, see you guys. Have a great rest of the day and see you guys tomorrow.